What is up?
What's
Hello?
up?
Hey, you guys are back.
I know, we're back. We're back. Oh my God. All right. So, for those of you who don't know, we're recording this podcast a little later than usual.
Yeah.
Because not only did we have WonderCon a couple of weeks ago, like we spoke about in the last episode, but we also did C2E2.
Woo!
And we just got back from Chicago yesterday.
Yeah, last night.
And if you can't hear it in my voice, I am 100% fucked.
Yeah.
Like I feel.
You grew up. You grew up.
Oh my God, I feel like a walking corpse.
Yeah. Doing one convention is a lot.
See?
But to do two back to back and one of them be our first out of state convention,
Yeah.
that was a lot.
It
I'm
was-
so glad we did it.
Oh.
It was definitely worth it. But
Oh yeah.
But
No question.
we have not got more than like 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night for the past like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like team no sleep.
Team no sleep.
We will never sleep, cause sleep is for the weak, and we will never rest till we're all fucking dead. That was
You know?
the vibe.
Yeah.
3 weeks of that.
3 weeks is
So if we're a
fucking-
little delusional in this episode, more than usual, you know why.
more than usual. Yeah,
More
yeah.
than usual.
No. It was absolutely amazing. Chicago was incredible. Cold as fucking shit.
Yeah.
But really, really fun. The
Yeah.
food was amazing. The show was amazing. Like C2E2 was so much fun. We'd never even attended the show.
Yeah.
So that was a first for us. And we were blown away by the show. Everybody that came by was super, super nice.
Yeah.
Super amazing to meet so many fans and followers that have been supporting us for so long that this was our first time getting to meet them.
Mm-hmm.
And just having people come and be like, thank you so much for coming out to the Midwest. Like, I never thought I'd meet you.
Yeah.
And like, or people that didn't even know that we were gonna be there, and they're like, you're here.
Yeah.
And
They were so like confused in the best way.
yeah, so
They're like, I saw this sign from the other side. I ran over.
it was really cool. So but yeah, before we get into that, we got a couple announcements or a couple of things we want to plug before we get into the episode.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think we have any new shows coming up soon.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
We're working on a few things.
Yeah.
But it's just like some timing stuff. We need to see if it's doable because we're getting married in June.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crunch time.
It is definitely crunch time.
But we're gonna try to do some at least a couple more shows before San Diego Comic-Con in July.
Yeah, definitely. But aside from, we're doing the LA Galaxy thing, right?
Yeah.
So,
But we're not gonna be like exhibiting. That'll be
No.
like
But we're just gonna be there.
attending. Yeah.
So yeah, well, we're going to this LA Galaxy Star Wars night on
May 6th.
May 6th. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna be there, we'll be there. Hopefully we run into you. We'll say hi. Maybe we'll bring pins. I don't know, stickers.
Yeah.
Something.
That would be fun.
So yeah, that'll be fun. But announcement here is we are releasing our Phase 1 clone mystery set. So restocking. Sorry, we're restocking our Phase 1 clone mystery set. So we'll put it here on the screen so you guys can check them out. But here they are.
They look so cool.
So yeah,
That's awesome.
these we released we brought with us to Star Wars Celebration Anaheim
Mm-hmm.
for last year for the first time. So we released them for that, and we had them with us. So if you found us on the floor, you could pick up a couple, and pretty much they sold out there.
Yeah.
And
We were not expecting that either.
we were not expecting that at all. So thank you to you guys. So if you found us at the show and picked those up, thank you so much. But since then, you guys have been asking us for these, for a while now.
Yeah.
So
you guys literally only want clones.
Yeah, you
That's
only
all you
want
want.
clones.
Like all of our patrons.
Yeah.
That's all they ask for.
Exactly. No, but I mean, I can't blame them because
No, yeah.
the clones are the fucking best.
They're iconic.
But yeah, so these are going to be restocking this Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah, so this Saturday Saturday the 8th at 12 p.m. PST. So these are a mystery set. So what that means is that each pack comes with one pin. You just don't know which color you get.
Yeah.
And that's all kind of a nod to the original way that you could find and buy these clones when they came out as figures.
Yeah.
I remember is when I would go to the Target or Toys R Us or whatever, is you would find the Phase 1 clone figure, and in the box, it was always the same box. So it was always the same box that showed on the packaging, it would show the regular white Phase 1 clone, but inside of the box, the figure could be either the white one, green, red, blue, or yellow one. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, exactly. So when you were looking through the racks, most of the time you look at the box to see which character it is in the box, because you can't take them all off to see which figures in there. I mean, you can. Guy. Yeah, you can. But
they're just all over the floor. I'm buying all of them. It's fine. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, you can. Obviously, you can. But if you're looking for that one specific figure, you're just looking really quick at the side of the box. Yeah. So when these came out, and it was all the same box, but inside it could be any color.
Yeah.
You actually had to go in, grab it, take it out, and see which figure was in there to see if it was the one you were looking for. So, I mean, it's not like a huge, it's so cool. But,
it's one of those niche things as collectors.
Yeah.
We like to bring that collecting aspect into the pins we make.
Exactly. Something that, I don't know, to me feels nostalgic from when I used to hunt for these as a little kid.
Yeah.
So these are a lot of fun. I absolutely love these. And actually, my favorite clones are the Phase 1 clones. And that's why I had a lot of fun designing these and, making these and seeing you guys excited for these is always means a lot. So these are going to be restocked this Saturday the 8th at 12 p.m. PST, and I hope you guys enjoy them, because we sold a lot at WonderCon, we sold a lot at C2E2, but we saved a good amount for the online shop, because I know a lot of you missed out the first time, and I definitely want to make sure that you don't miss out again. But like I said, they will be available this Saturday, so don't miss out, because I do believe that they will be selling out again. All right, but anyway, I think that is all the announcements, right? We don't have anything else?
No, I don't think so.
You don't have anything coming up?
I don't believe so.
No? You got, you're going to be posting all your vlogs coming up soon.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You got all your fucking 6 vlogs backed up.
I have a WonderCon vlog. I have a C2E2 vlog. I have 4 vlogs of just life and influencing and modeling and whatevering. All right. But we've just been so busy. It's been crazy. And I also have no room on my phone, so I don't know how I'm going to export a 35-minute video, but that'll be a problem for another day.
We'll figure that out. But all right, let's open up the show.
Do it.
All right. Some of these clips I put in here weeks ago.
Do you even remember what it is?
I don't remember.
Good night, son. Did you make sure to pay respects to George Lucas for creating the most epic science fantasy media franchise of all time? What in the Death Star are you reading?
It's Lord of the Rings, Dad. I'm so sorry.
I said no Lord of the Rings in this house. Ever.
I just wanted to learn about Middle Earth and this ring, and hobbits seem pretty cool. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna raise some hobbit-loving bitch.
At least it's not Harry Potter. I'm not no bitch, I promise.
If I had a lightsaber right now, I'd beat the fuck out of you. You are an embarrassment to this family.
Oh my god! That's you.
We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you.
But with a twist.
How are you?
He's also Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
With a twist.
Hobbit loving bitch.
I always think about that. I'm like, okay. I'm like, what if our kids don't like Star Wars? But I'm like, I don't think it's not that it's not an option. Like, I just don't think it's possible because they're gonna grow up around Star Wars, right? Yeah. Like, it's gonna be so nostalgic. Like, all their aunts and uncles are gonna be like friends from the Star Wars community. Like, they're gonna grow up going to comic conventions. Like, how could they not love it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, it's gonna be a very interesting. They're gonna live a very unique life.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, it's totally possible that they grow up fucking hating it because they're like, "Oh, my fucking dad won't shut up about it."
That's hilarious.
You know, like.
Can you imagine the Trekkies? Oh
no,
fuck.
I don't think so.
Trekkie bitches.
I think they'll definitely have their own fandoms that like they solely find on their own, right? Because there's gonna be like new shows and new movies like when they grow up that they'll be excited about.
Yeah.
But I think Star Wars, like, it's our whole life, so I don't see how our kids could not like it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's very unlikely.
I mean, like, look, like. This is our living room. Like, this isn't a set. Like, this is 365. Speaking of which, it was really funny. Our landlord came in to do like a yearly inspection of the apartment, just like check the appliances, the carpet, whatever, make sure we're like maintaining the property. The day before we left for Chicago, and they gave us so they told us like a month ago that they were gonna come in April or in. They said in March, but they didn't say.
They gave us a week notice, but we were doing WonderCon.
Yeah.
So we had to get ready to do WonderCon. We did WonderCon. We were back here for 2 days. One of those 2 days was the day that they came to inspect.
Yeah.
And in those 2 days, we not only had to get ready to travel and go to C2E2, but we also had to clean our entire fucking apartment.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that was already a mess from getting ready from one.
Yeah. And I was like doing laundry. We were unpacking, packing, doing inventory. Like it was madness. It was madness. But ridiculous. It was really funny because it was our Dottie's our landlord? No,
she's the building manager. And
then she came with the landlord. So Dottie's super cool. We're like homies. Like she's super sweet.
The realist.
She's a realist. Like she's no bullshit. Very nice. Like she's been great since we've lived here.
Yeah.
But she came with a property manager. And anytime someone comes into our apartment, I'm just like, we like Star Wars, you know, like I'm just going to tell you now.
There's no fucking hiding.
You can't, like, it's literally everywhere. The only place it isn't is in the bathroom, but everywhere else,
it's like,
there's Star Wars.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So she comes in and Dottie's already chatting with us. She's like, oh, is you guys going to Chicago? Like, what are you going to do? Like, very friendly, you know, just like talking to us. And the older lady's just kind of like, looking around, like
wow. Overstimulated.
Well, yeah, like she doesn't know where to look. There's just so many things. And then she's like, you guys are what they call collectors, right? And I was like, oh God. Like, I know she meant hoarder. I know she meant hoarder.
Well, what's funny is she was like, she's like, no, I get it. She's like, I collect a lot of stuff too. And she's like, she said something like, I collect stamps or some shit like that.
Like something tiny.
Like, and I was like, oh. And then she went into the office. And then she was like, oh, shit.
Yeah. So it was just funny because we're like, yeah, we kind of like Star Wars.
Yeah. And what's funny because, like, we were talking to Dottie. So, like, the lady we know, the one we deal with all the time. And like Bella said, she knew that we were going to Chicago, and we were telling her about the show that we were going to go do, and that we had just done WonderCon. And so the other lady was just kind of like standing there listening, and
not understanding half of what we were saying.
So then she goes and like checks, you know, the other bathroom, and then like the carpet in the office, and then as they're leaving, I was like, you know, saying like, oh, it's great meeting you, thank you so much, and she's like, I wish you good luck in all of your ventures. And she walks away.
Super proper.
And I'm like, thank you so much.
Fucking nerds.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know.
Yeah.
But I thought it was funny because she's like, I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, she's like, I don't understand any of it. I don't know why
but-
there are toys all over everything,
Yeah.
but
But
you pay rent on time, so I can't complain.
yeah, literally, we've never had a problem. So
But yeah, so that was craziness. So maybe let's talk about WonderCon first,
yeah. Let's.
because we've been
Okay, well, just so the audience knows, we're gonna be covering finale of the Bad Batch.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. You good?
Yeah, I thought you were still talking.
No, yeah, we're gonna be covering Bad Batch finale. So we got a lot to talk about this episode. So it'll be Bad Batch finale, latest episode of Mando. We again WonderCon and C2E2 and everything that entails that, including our trip to Chicago and all the shenanigans.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's a lot to talk about this episode. So stay tuned, and please, before we get into it, rate, review, subscribe to the podcast. It really helps us out in reaching a wider audience, and really just getting to know your feedback and what you think of the show, what you like to hear from us, and it just helps us improve our show even more. And we really value what you think and your feedback. So so don't forget to do that. And even if it's a comment down below, if you're on YouTube, all of that means a lot. So, but yeah, all right. WonderCon was awesome.
So we've been exhibiting at WonderCon since I want to say 2018.
I think 2018.
I think that was our first year. So yeah, this was our 5th year. Every year we have done a collaborative booth with our friends BB Create, Mike and Miguel. They are pin makers. They're honestly like family now. We've kind of came up in the pin community together, in the Star Wars community together. They're really awesome. They do Star Wars stuff, but they also do a lot of mashups. So they'll do Star Wars, Marvel, anime, video games, a lot of like 80s nostalgia.
I'll pull them up.
They make a lot of really cool stuff. They also do a lot of like intricate, like how would you say, mechanical pins, like pins that will move or slide or have like a 3D effect.
So this is Mike and Miguel. So this is Miguel right here, and this is Mike. Look at them. Adorable.
They're besties. They've been best friends since high school.
And this is one of their latest pins, is this Isami. Right? So that's Mario with his fireball, and then check it out. It spins. Like
that's awesome.
So they do a lot of really cool stuff like this.
Yeah.
Interactive pins, moving pins that honestly I would love to do more of, but they just have like such a like a knack for it.
Yeah.
Like they really are good at making interactive pins like this.
Yeah.
They've made some really cool like Street Fighter inspired pins.
Oh, yeah.
So actually here's us. Here's Miguel, Mike, and Alex. Alex helps them out, or has been helping them out for the last year now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what's cool is she started off as a fan, and she just kind of reached out and was like, "Hey, I love you guys, what you guys do, and would love to help you out at shows. You don't need to pay me. Like, I just want to, go and hang out with you guys and help you with whatever you need." And I think they might, I'm pretty sure they, they give her something, but it's really cool, and they, she's like a homie now.
Yeah, she's part of our little
like
pin family now. Yeah. She's awesome. I love her.
She's super awesome. But that's them at our booth this year at WonderCon. So that was a couple weeks ago. But here is the full booth. Oh, different video. Here's the full booth.
Yeah. So we do a 10 by 20.
Yeah.
Which seems big, but honestly, with how much stuff we both have now, like we maxed out the space. Yeah. And Mike and Miguel are really good at doing all that kind of like configurations and rendering and all that, because like you could figure it out. I could never figure out how to do
Mike
this.
is Mike is an engineer.
Yeah.
So they measure everything to the T.
Yeah. Like so they made this this whole stand, this PVC pipe and all this, they made all this. Like they cut it all, painted it all. They designed the booth this year. We did like a Star Wars blueprint kind of vibe. So all blue
That's
and
awesome.
white.
Super sick.
Really
Look at
cool.
that. And Miguel hand drew all of this.
It's crazy.
This isn't like a pre-made blueprint.
Yeah.
I thought it was at first, and then he was talking to me about how he was like, it took him forever, and I was
He's
like,
crazy.
dude, I thought you just fucking like found
Like stock image.
like stock images. He's like, nah, dude, like I did it all. I was like, oh, and then I looked closely. I was
Really
like,
cool.
That's right, you did. You
Yeah.
did do this all.
It killed it.
So all the ships that you see, the Death Star, and then all of that he did himself. And
Cool.
The Falcon.
yeah, the Falcon up here, the Slave One, all that shit, and what's cool. So,
You're a mess.
I'm sorry. I just see arrows, and then I click them. But yeah, and then up here in the Arabesh, I think this is Party Rock.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know if it's here or somewhere else, but because like.
No, W-I...
What's the inside joke, inside story about it?
So
think
the
that's
inside joke
W.
is that last year at San Diego Comic-Con, we started like our anthem.
The bottom says canon.
Canon?
That is canon, I think. I'm trying to read what it says. L-A...
We should probably pull up
T
Arabesh translator because now I feel dumb. But somewhere on there it says Party Rock something.
Okay. That's funny. I didn't know he put like little Easter eggs in there.
Or hating is bad.
Oh my god.
Or,
yeah, so Party Rock Anthem
Kinda
became our anthem at SDCC last year. So
you're not explaining it. So pretty
You
much
explain it.
why was because we would be like, so if I was checking someone out that was getting pins or something, or they were paying, I was trying to be professional and like customer service, right? And then fucking Miguel, we had our Bluetooth speaker at the booth, and then he would just start playing Party Rock super loud, and then
like,
pause it,
like jump scare
just
the
like jump
customer.
scare in the middle of like doing doing a transaction. And I'm like trying to get their,
Like,
their order or
trying
like
not to
something like that.
laugh.
And then he'd be like, so he'd just press play and he's like, doom, 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 boom, doom, like, and then stop. And like, in a club, party rock. And then he would say it, and he would just play it for a second. And then I would just be like, motherfucker. And then I started doing it to him when he was checking someone out. So it became kind of like a,
yeah.
so it was just a stupid fucking thing.
Yeah.
But he in the Arabesh, he like hid.
That's so funny.
Like party rock lyrics.
I love
there.
that. I didn't know he did that.
Yeah, he did, but I can't read it.
So
We need to
we'll figure it out.
Maybe it wasn't there. I think it may be on here, because here it is.
There it is.
Party rock.
Yeah, Party Rock.
Party rock. In our announcement, I guess it's not on the banner
That's
itself.
So funny. So yeah, it was so much fun. So we set up. Okay, this was the beginning of the craziness. I had my wedding dress alteration appointment the day we were supposed to set up. My appointment was in San Diego on Thursday.
Yeah.
But we had to set up in Anaheim on Thursday morning.
Oh my god.
So what we ended up doing was we spent all day Tuesday, Wednesday getting ready for the show, packing, inventory, doing all that stuff. We went up Thursday morning, met with Miguel. We set up the whole booth.
Thursday morning at like 7.
Yeah, like we got there at 7:30. Then
we
set up, took like 4 or 5 hours. Then we drove back to San Diego. I took like an hour nap. And then I had my wedding dress alterations. And then came back. Oh, we hadn't done the inventory yet. We had packed everything else.
Yeah,
we still had to do the inventory the night before the show. So we were getting all of our product,
all
15
our
of
stickers,
each,
the pins,
whatever it was, getting all that ready, packed up, went to bed super late. Then we woke up Friday morning, and then we drove out, and then the show started Friday at like 11, I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember. But yeah, so it was crazy trying to get everything done, but we did. We got it all done. I finished a cosplay that night, literally painted my Leia belt that night. So we exhibited all 3 days. I cosplayed all 3 days.
You're getting way ahead of yourself. we come back Thursday. So we go up Thursday.
Yeah.
Set up. Come back. She does her wedding alteration. We do the inventory. We go to bed at like 2 in the morning. We wake up at like 5 in the morning. We get ready, drive up, get our inventory all set up.
Yeah.
We do the show that day. We didn't have a hotel yet.
No.
And that first day of the show, we killed. It was the best Saturday or the best Friday we've ever had at any convention.
Yeah.
Best Friday we've
WonderCon
ever
is always
done.
great to us.
And we were running really low on a lot of our best sellers.
Oh, that's right. We forgot all the Patreon pins.
Yeah, so not just that, we had other things that we didn't bring enough of, and we're like, well, if we're gonna make money, we need to bring more of the stock because we only had like the Thrawn pins.
Yeah.
Those were doing really well, and we had like 2 left after the first day, and I was like, we can't not have these.
Yeah.
So, and she's like, let's just stay up here, whatever. And I'm like, no. And we forgot.
So you drove back down again.
We drove back down again because we also forgot. We usually have this pipe and drape that kind of covers that open spot.
Oh yeah.
So for privacy, right?
Yeah.
And so that people can't see in the booth.
Yeah.
We forgot that. So I was like, honestly, I don't care. I'll drive back. I'm fine with it. We need because we need to replenish, dude. I was like, fuck no, like whatever, because I was like, we need to replenish our stock of the stuff we did, because we pretty much counted everything except for the our limited edition or special edition pins.
Yeah,
we had everything except for that.
Yeah,
and luckily we had enough for that one day. So I was like, we need to go back. We need to replenish, those pins, and we need to get the pipe anyway.
How much you spend on gas? That's all that's coming to mind.
Dude, too much. Let's just say that.
I mean, it was worth it.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
It was worth it. Because that Friday night we drive back down after dinner. First we went to dinner, and we drive back down. We replenish the stock. We go to bed, and again wake up super early. Drive back up, do the Saturday of the show.
Oh God.
And then. The best Saturday we've ever had. Like we did not stop
back to back.
that whole time.
That day was crazy.
We didn't even get to sit down.
We had a line most of the day.
We had a line, both Miguel and us. We had a line the entire day. We could not, it did not stop.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. And thank you so much to everybody that came out and supported us. It was an incredible show. And then that night we were like, okay, we can stay up here.
Need to stay.
We need to stay up here because I was like,
sleep.
there's no way I was going to fucking drive back down again.
Yeah.
So we used this app called Hotel Tonight. And it's usually, that app is good for, it's pretty much, it sells.
Like the Hopper app, right?
Kind of, but it's specifically for the hotel rooms that didn't sell for that day.
Oh,
so
cool.
that they're like, well, we're going to give them cheap because might as well make some money off of it.
Yeah.
Instead of none.
So we used
so procrastinators like us love that app.
Yeah, exactly. So we just got the hotel for that one night because it was just Sunday was the last day, and then we drive back down after the show. So we stayed at this hotel right in front of the convention center, which is easy. Saturday was amazing, and then I booked that right before the end of the day, and then we went and did our traditional Saturday night Korean barbecue.
Every time, it's
what's
so
up.
Good. It's so good.
And
there were
fucking
10 of us, I think.
There was a lot of us.
Yeah, us, BB, and then a couple other pin maker
from
friends.
Padawan Pins, Sunny Warhead was there. Maintaining Mediocrity, and I feel like I'm missing a couple people. I'm sorry if I am.
It's all a blur.
but it was awesome. It was so awesome. We had a lot of fun. We have to after every Saturday of every show we have to go and do Korean barbecue with the homies, and we did. So that was fun. And then Sunday was another amazing day. At the show, we did really well. It definitely slowed down but it was steady. It was still really good.
It wasn't
still
like
really good.
Not most conventions, but a lot of conventions, it'll be significantly slower on Sunday. But this one was just like
it was
pretty poppin' for a Sunday.
It was really good. And we got to see a lot of our friends. We got to meet a lot of people. And that's always fun. The shows up in like Anaheim and in LA, they're always fun because all of our friends are in LA.
Yeah.
Like all of our...
We're like the only ones in San Diego.
Yeah. Literally all our cosplay friends, all our pin friends, they're all in LA.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much when we get to see them all.
Yeah.
And actually, big news is we finally were able to get more equipment for the podcast.
Yay!
We got 2 new mics,
Woo!
2 new setups for so that we can start doing guests. Finally, after over a year of doing the show and how we've been talking about we want to do guests.
Yeah.
We're finally doing it. And it's going to be really fun.
Yeah,
We've got
really
a few
excited.
people lined up that we're already talking to, and hopefully later this month we'll start having some guests from the community come through and just come in to hang out and talk about Star Wars, talk about shows like this, and some of those people we saw at WonderCon. So I don't want to spoil anything, but they'll be a very fun episode.
Yeah,
because
for sure
there are some very fun people that are going to be coming through and do the show. But anyway, so yeah, we got to see a lot of our friends. It was a lot of fun, and we fucking killed. It was our best show ever.
Yeah.
Not including San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
But aside from San Diego Comic-Con, and because it's San Diego Comic-Con, this was our best show ever.
Yeah, it was awesome. Thank you so much to everyone that came through. Even if you didn't buy anything, if you just say hi. And we love seeing you guys and chatting with you, seeing your cosplays. There's so many cool cosplays this year. I was like, oh my God, I got like inspiration from everything.
Exactly. And you killed it too. You cosplayed all 3 days.
Yeah, so exhibiting and cosplaying all 3 days, and I revealed a brand new cosplay on Sunday. So I did my Princess Leia, her like Senate gown, which is crazy because it's a cosplay I've always wanted to do, but I was always intimidated because I'm like, that is the Star Wars cosplay. Like she's the blueprint. Like I think that look is more iconic than even Vader because it just represents Star Wars. So I was really nervous to do it, but I was like, you know what? Whatever. Like I cosplayed Vader. Like, if I cosplayed Vader, I can cosplay Leia. So I was just like in my head about it, but I was like, whatever, I'm going to do it. My coffee supporters helped fund the project. And I finished it last minute, literally the night before I finished painting the belt. But it came out so good. I'm so happy with it. And then I did a photo shoot with Robbie. And I haven't shared any of those pictures yet, but I'm going to start sharing stuff. We've just been so busy. I posted a video, but I haven't posted any photos yet. But I did 3 cosplays and I did 3 photo shoots. So Friday I did Vader, and then I did a photo shoot with Alex and my friend Austin, who had his Luke cosplay. And then the next day I did Battle of Geonosis Padme, and Austin did Anakin, and then Alex also took photos of us that day, and then Sunday was with Robbie.
So here's the Leia cosplay.
I'm so happy with how it came out. So cute. The buns.
Really cool. Yeah.
The buns. It was so much fun. I just love the Star Wars ladies in white. It's just like, I don't know. I'm just drawn to those costumes. I just think they're so badass.
They're pretty iconic.
I think it's because it's so reminiscent of like an astronaut, like a spacesuit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm really excited to have a Leia cosplay now. Because I've been doing a lot of new stuff.
Yeah.
And then
and you should be.
Yeah. It's been a lot of fun. And then at C2E2, just really quick because we're talking about cosplay. I did a new cosplay that is like an Anakin AU. So like, what if the Jedi Order was on Earth? Like, what would Anakin look like? What would he wear? So it's kind of like a private school, like uniform kind of vibe, kind of like a Hogwarts vibe to it too. But I did Anakin Skywalker. And I'm so happy that it came out and people were like super, super supportive of it. I thought people would just be like, oh yeah, like it's cute. But like people really liked it. So I was like, oh my God, thank you.
It came out really cool.
What's crazy about this though is I took all these photos by myself with a tripod and an iPhone and self-timer.
Oh, nice.
Not pictured. It was like 30 degrees. There were 90-mile-an-hour winds. I had a nosebleed.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
It was because you were like, he was running the booth. I had to run out and go take pictures by myself.
Okay, let's backtrack real quick. All right.
Defend yourself, my guy. Defend yourself.
So, no. All right. So, after WonderCon, like we said, we had 2 days between WonderCon and having to fly to Chicago.
Yeah.
And I was fine. Like, I was like excited because also
the adrenaline was pumping.
Yeah, doing shows is also kind of like a vacation for us. You know? Like that's because Comic-Cons, like I grew up and that like with like going to Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Like that was my like better than fucking Christmas for me personally. Honestly, like
your happy place.
Christmas is fun and all, but Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Like that's the holiday for me. Right?
It's a national holiday.
So you know, now that we go and do like WonderCon and now C2E2 and doing all these comic conventions, it's like that's not work for me. You know, like that's fun for me. That's I go and that's where I go and have fun, and getting to sell at these shows is just like the fucking cherry on top.
Yeah.
Like to be 100% dead ass.
Yeah. Like now I can buy comics.
Exactly. Like that's exactly what I do. You guys give me money for pins.
Whenever he disappears for too long,
the transaction on the phone is like, that's one comic. That's two comics.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, you guys give me money for pins, and then I go to the comic booths and I pick out what I'm missing.
Oh my God.
No. But yeah, so that's kind of how I see it. That's how I honestly treat comic conventions. It's a vacation for me, and it's fun, and like I truly like it's the best when we get to do Comic Cons.
Yeah.
And so I was like I was pumped. I was, you know, full of energy and excited. Yes, nervous, but also, you know, mostly excited for C2E2. So we get to Chicago on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday night, let me add.
Oh my!
And,
here we go.
Just so you guys get a fully like the best possible like representation of what my fucking life is. The joke that is my life.
Damn.
If something can go wrong, it will.
It will, and it does. So we our flight from San Diego to Chicago left at 11:30. No, yeah, like 11:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
On Wednesday, and it was a connecting flight. So we went from San Diego to Seattle with like and there was like a 2-3 hour layover,
mm-hmm.
and then from Seattle to Chicago. And we wouldn't get to and we didn't get to Chicago until
it was like
12. It was like 12. It was like midnight.
Yeah.
So the flights were fine, you know, that, you know, luckily there were no delays or anything like that. But we finally get to Chicago, and we were supposed to stay in an Airbnb. And I had been messaging with our Airbnb host, that week before we went. And I let them know, hey, our flight doesn't get there until very late on the 29th.
And we were still like half an hour from the airport to where we were staying was like a half-hour drive.
Yeah. So I let them know. I said, hey, is it just so you know, is it okay? Because we're not going to be able to check in until, you know, probably after midnight.
Yeah.
And they said, no, don't worry. There's like a self-check-in feature. There was like a keypad, and they were like, don't worry about it. Everything is fine. And I just wanted to make sure everything was fine because, you know, I didn't want any complications. And also, I just didn't want anything. I didn't want to do anything wrong or whatever. I don't know. So I was like, okay, cool. Perfect. And so they knew we were coming in late. and we get there on time. And then so we got to the O'Hare International Airport in Chicago, and it is the most fucking confusing shit I've ever experienced in my life. Because we get off of the airplane, and there's like baggage claim was like in a weird place. So we go to baggage claim, and that was the easiest part to find, and it was still annoying.
Yeah.
So we we get to baggage claim, we get our bags, and usually it's you get your shit, and then the doors that lead to the outside are right there, and that's where you get your Uber, and you split.
You did, yeah.
No.
Fucking no. So we were in like Terminal 5.
Yeah.
And as we're going out, it says ride share /
ground transport,
whatever is in Terminal 2 on the second floor.
Right.
And we're like, okay. So we had to like go upstairs, and then there were fucking like monorails to go to the different terminals.
Yeah.
And then we were on Uber.
But then when we got up there, it didn't say.
Yeah, when we got up there, it didn't say where
what
the fucking
what was
trains
in
were
what
going.
terminal.
They weren't even fucking labeled.
There were 2 trains, and they were not labeled.
Damn.
It didn't show like where the one on the left was going, or where the one on the right was going. So we're like, what the?
And there was no one there to like help.
No one to ask.
Because it was like 12:30.
No one to ask. It's like, what the fuck? All right.
So we got all our suitcases. Like...
So yeah, we had. By the way, we traveled with all of our stock and our entire setup, and so we had 2 big suitcases, and pretty much we checked 3 bags. So it was 2 big suitcases and 1 smaller suitcase that fit all of our stock in it, and then Bella brought on another smaller suitcase with all of her cosplays in it, and she just used it as her carry-on.
Yeah.
And then her backpack was the personal item, right?
Yeah.
So we had all this shit, and both of our backpacks were fully filled to the brim. And
all
like
of our
heavy,
suitcases were max. They were like 49 pounds, 48 pounds, and 47 pounds.
Yeah. And on top of that, we had...
How much did you guys pay on check-in?
$100. Because it's $30 for the first checked bag, and then $40 for the extra one. So it was $100 there, $100 back. So it wasn't bad, especially because we saved a ton of money shipping our stuff. Like if we would have shipped all of our stuff, it would have been like $1,000
probably,
like one way, you know. So we were like, no, we can fit it all in an extra bag, and then we can fit our grates that make up our display. We'll split them in half. We'll put one half in her bag, one half in my bag.
We really Tetris that shit.
Yeah, and then we were like, we'll pack our clothes light, so that we don't have extra weight. And we made it work. It worked, but we had a shit ton of stuff with us.
Yeah.
And we had our displays. Instead of making them foam boards, we printed them on canvas, but we had to roll them up, and it was like a 4-foot like roll of canvas that we had to
tube.
Carry around, and it was just weird. It wasn't heavy, but it was just like awkward, having to carry it. So we had a shit ton of stuff. So we go from downstairs to upstairs to the fucking trains. Yeah. And we didn't know where we were going, so I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna order the Uber to pick us up here, because I don't see why not. Yeah. And then we go back downstairs because we were like, this is super confusing, and where we were was closer to the entrance of the airport than where it wanted to take us.
Yeah.
So I was like, it doesn't make sense. Let's just fucking order it here, whatever.
Yeah.
We go back downstairs. We try to order the Uber. Doesn't let us.
The phone's like, nah, go to Terminal 2.
You have to go to Terminal 2.
I'm like, how does the phone know?
So we get back up. and
Stupid technology.
Yeah. Where did the little train thing drop you off? Did you guys take the correct one going from 5 down to 2, or did you guys...
No. When we got off of the plane, we got off in Terminal 5. Mm-hmm. So we had to go to Terminal 2. Yeah. But we didn't know which fucking train it was to take us to Terminal 2 until finally somebody told us, like, oh, it's this one. So we were like, if we got in the other one, it would have taken us to like self-parking or some shit somewhere else.
Oh my God.
So we missed the train twice.
Oh.
So it was like 30 minutes of us just trying to figure out how the fuck to get to Terminal 2. So we get on the right train, we get to Terminal 2, and then I think that was it for that, right? Like we finally figured out. We get the Uber, and it was like a $50 Uber.
Yeah. And the guy had like a small car, and we had 5 suitcases. Yeah. So he was like fucking body slamming them into the trunk.
Like pile drive our fucking suitcases into the trunk, and actually one of them broke.
Yeah.
Like the corner,
plastic,
it broke. It's fine. I was like, whatever.
Give you guys the look of like, that wasn't me.
No, I didn't notice it until later. But but he was super nice. He was super cool. We talked to him like the whole way to where we were staying. Yeah. And so we get there. He helps us take everything out and everything.
It's like 1:30 at this time.
Yeah, at this point it's like 1:30.
Yeah.
We get to our Airbnb. It's like 1:30 in the morning, and so we go and I pull up the instructions to like get into the building and everything. And so pretty much there was 2 keypads. There was one keypad to get into the building, and then there was another keypad to get into like our apartment pretty much. Yeah. So I'm reading the instructions and I follow them exactly, and I do it, and the door opens, and we are able to get inside the building.
So we take 5 suitcases and 2 backpacks up the stairs to the front door.
Yeah, so it's stairs to get to the front door.
Yeah.
And then we get inside, and then there's another staircase to get to the second floor where our apartment is.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay. So we get past the first keypad. It works perfectly. It works exactly like the way it's supposed to. Yeah. I followed the instructions to the T, and it worked the first time. Nope, no issues. Then I go upstairs before I have before we like bring all the suitcases up to the second flight of stairs, and I go to put the code in.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work.
Bruh.
And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, okay, let me try it again. I do it again. Doesn't work. So pretty much the instructions, what they said was press the unlock button, because there's like a little button with a lock that's unlocked. Yeah. It says press the unlock button followed by the code.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he said, and that is what I did with the first lock, and it worked.
Yeah.
The first time. So I go up and I do the same thing, and this time, so when I did it on the first door, when I pressed the unlock button, it just beeped once like a normal button.
Yeah.
I put in the code, open. When I go to the second door, I press the unlock button and it goes beep beep beep.
Oh shit.
And I was like, okay, that was probably weird. So I tried it again, and it did it again. And it beep beep beep.
And like something was wrong.
Like something was wrong. And then I tried it the opposite way. I tried putting in the code first and then the unlock button. Mm-hmm. Did the same thing. And it wouldn't unlock. So, and what it sounded like to me was like it's running out of battery. Or it was dying, or something was wrong with the keypad.
Yeah.
And I was like, motherfucker, it's 1:30. At this point, it's like 1:45 because I'm standing there. We had to bring up all the fucking luggage. And so I'm like, fuck. So I messaged him. I'm like, hey, I know it's like really late, but we can't get into our room, right? Yeah. No response. So I'm there still trying I'm like, come on. I'm just trying every which way. And I'm again messaging him like, hey, please like wake up because we can't get in. It's like
spam called him or something.
I couldn't call him. It's on Airbnb. The messaging on Airbnb. Yeah. So I'm like, fuck. And Bella's
and this place was 5 minutes from the convention center. We could have walked to the convention center from there. That's why we picked it.
That's why we picked it, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck.
I was just trying not to cry. I was just like...
So we're there for literally an hour trying to figure it out. I record exactly what I'm doing so to be able to show the guy like, hey, it didn't fucking work.
Yeah.
Right? So we're like, fuck, okay. So for an hour, I'm trying to get in and I get no response. So I'm like, fuck it. We're going to have to figure something else out. I'm not going to sleep on the stairs here.
Yeah.
You know, like, what are we going to do? Also, it's not safe.
Yeah.
You know?
It was a hallway.
It was a hallway. So I'm like, okay. So pretty much what I did was I went on Hotel Tonight, that same app. And
we should get sponsored by Hotel Tonight.
You know what? Hotel Tonight, this is probably the perfect podcast for you to
If you're ever in a pinch.
Segue.
So we use that, and I find this other hotel for like $90 a night, which isn't bad at all, and it was a really nice hotel. The Warwick Allerton.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out.
Yeah. So the Warwick Allerton in Chicago. And so we find it for $90 a night, and I was like, wait, it was already like at this point it was like 2:30 in the morning, right? So if I reserved it for the 30th, because technically it was already the 30th, it was saying that we couldn't check in until
the 3
p.m.
Yeah.
Hotels do that.
And so I was like,
and we couldn't book it for the day before because the day before had already passed.
Yeah, so we
were like, what are we gonna do?
So I told her, I was like, call them, because I was like, I'm not leaving this and losing this price, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, call them and tell them our situation and ask them if there's any way we can check in like tonight.
Like we'll pay,
we'll pay it or whatever.
We can't do it online.
And so she calls, and the guy's super nice, and he's like, yeah, just make the reservation for the 30th, and when you get here, I'll do it manually so that you can get into a room tonight.
Yeah.
So we're like, fuck. All right. So I book it for our entire stay. And
we get another Uber.
And then we get another Uber, another $30 Uber to fucking take us to the hotel.
And it was like 15 or 20 minutes from the convention center. So originally we were 5 minutes from the convention center. Now we're 20 minutes.
Yeah. So we're like, okay, whatever. So we get there, and on the way, and no, not on the way there, but whatever. We get to the hotel, and we get to the the front desk and everything, and I'm like, here's my confirmation and everything, and we just spoke on the phone. He's like, oh yeah, for sure, and he's like, all right, so I haven't gotten your reservation yet on my end, so you guys are gonna have to wait. And this is already like 3:00. And
I was like, literally just on the couch. Like,
so pretty much we had to wait.
Transcending body.
Yeah.
Literally.
So we had to wait in the lobby for like another 45 minutes to an hour, waiting for our fucking reservation to show up on
their system.
Like in their system. So we were just like, okay. And then like,
and whatever.
Then, like, the most fucking like obnoxious.
Zeus strike me now.
Yeah, literally. I was like, whatever,
like,
just take me.
Who's fucking with us?
So, and then like the most fucking like mocking
all the songs that were playing in the lobby.
Like just like
it's like on the road again.
And we're just sitting there like
on the road again. It's like
ridiculous.
Fucking Willie.
Yeah, and so finally he's like, "Oh, I got it," and we're like, "Ah,
thank you."
So anyway, we get into our room at like 3:30 in the morning.
3:30, and we had to wake up at like 7 the next day to go set up.
No.
Yeah. So that was
day one.
Day one.
That was day one.
Yeah. So while we were waiting, I like canceled our Airbnb, and I got like refunded for everything except that first night. But I messaged them and I was like, "Yo, like, I don't know what the fuck was going on with your keypad.
I'm about to review the hell out of this app."
I said, "Hey, like, how about you refund me the full amount? Because we didn't even stay there one night, and I don't know what the hell happened to your keypad, but it wasn't working."
Yeah, like we didn't even go onto the property.
Did you actually finally get a response?
I got a response the next morning. He's like, "Well, I don't know what you did because the keypad is working just fine." And I'm like, "Fucking bet, dude! I recorded it."
You're like, "You think I wanted to sleep on the street?"
Yeah, I was like, "I recorded it, doing it exactly the same way you told me to do it, and the opposite way, just to see." And it worked on the first, because pretty much what he was trying to tell me was that I did it wrong.
You're like, but the first
like,
one
no,
worked.
but the first one worked.
Yeah.
The
So
second
how did I
one
do it wrong?
didn't.
If I did it the same way I did it with the first one, and I did it the opposite way just in fucking case.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not the fucking problem here. I recorded
Like
it
we
too,
didn't
so
stay
I don't know
there.
what you
They
want me
don't
to
have
send
to
them the
clean.
recording?
They don't have to.
Well, I
like,
can't.
do
You can't
anything.
send like videos
God,
on
this stuff
Airbnb.
sucks.
But I took pictures even of me pressing like the unlock button first.
You probably like email customer service or something.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
he pretty much he was trying to say that I didn't do it right, and I was like, dude, we didn't even stay there once, like one day. Refund me, because that's not my problem. Like it's not my issue.
Yeah.
Like I didn't like.
We didn't stay there.
We didn't stay there. Like I don't know what the fuck was going on with your keypad, but you probably should have made sure it was working, or you like you knew we were gonna get there super late.
To your own rental, like,
Exactly, and you knew we were gonna get there late. So I don't know about you, but if I fucking run an Airbnb, I would be just anxious, just like I want to make sure that whoever's staying in my Airbnb, you know, if
Gets
they
in okay.
gets in okay. So I'd be up at like 1:30, just making sure, you know, they don't need anything, right?
Yeah.
Or having my sound on just in case, and if I hear something, you know, I don't know. I was like, you knew we were coming in late. You knew that whatever. You should have at least made sure that the keypad was working.
At least a follow-up. You know?
Or at least a follow-up, right? But, you know, whatever. I was like, you know, come on. Like, I don't know what the hell was going on with the keypad, but, you know, it's not my fault.
Yeah.
Like, we did it exactly the way you said.
Yeah.
I got in through the front door, so obviously I did it right.
Yeah.
And I tried every which way. So, I don't, you know, you tell me what happened. I don't know what happened. So, like, it's fine. Even if we don't get that, it was just like...
It's annoying.
It was just annoying. But I'm like, come on. And then he just kind of like ghosted me. And then I just messaged him like yesterday. I was like, hey, you know, can we resolve this? Or... you know, can we resolve this before I make my review? Or
yeah, like I can give you 1 star if you want.
You know, because like I don't want to, but if you're just gonna ghost me, I'm gonna. So anyway,
Finally answered after that.
I don't think he's responded yet.
Oh,
Yeah. So whatever, we'll figure it out.
We'll deal with that.
It doesn't
later.
matter. It doesn't matter. Honestly, it worked out for the best.
Yeah. Okay.
We stayed in a nicer place.
We stayed in a nicer place, and the only annoying part was that we were supposed to be staying somewhere that was 5 minutes away, and instead we ended up staying somewhere that was like 15 to 20 minutes away. Yeah. So now the Ubers every time
5 times
from
as much,
like just one way, were like $25 to $30. So we spent a grip on Ubers just going from our hotel to the convention center.
Though.
Yeah.
Build up points. You get a free Uber Eats.
Yeah. But anyway, that was honestly the only annoying part. We had an amazing time at the show. We had an amazing time in Chicago. We ate an amazing places.
Okay, so really quick. So we had that crazy night, right? So we had eaten lunch at like 3 or 4 o'clock during our layover on Wednesday. But we got into Chicago at midnight. So we didn't eat dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Because everything was closed. So then we had that whole fiasco with the hotel. There wasn't room service or whatever. Even if they did, it wouldn't be there at 3 a.m. Then we woke up late the next day. We overslept. We set an alarm, but we overslept because we went to bed at like 4 a.m. and we had to wake up at 7.
Makes sense.
So we shouldn't have even slept, but whatever, right? So we overslept. And originally we wanted to go to breakfast, but Arakel's like, I'm too stressed about getting to the convention center, finding our spot, getting our badges, getting our stuff, setting up. Like, let's just go and set up really quick, and then we'll eat. So we did that. It took us like maybe 2 hours to set up.
Yeah.
But we finished at around like 3 o'clock. Then we went to eat. So we had not eaten for a full 24 hours.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We ate lunch the day before at 3 o'clock. We didn't eat until the next day at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I do not recommend doing that. That was not a good idea. We both felt really...
hydrated? You guys had water with you guys?
No. Well, there was like a water fountain,
Yeah.
but like...
Bella had her water bottle and she was refilling it.
But
so
like,
at least that. But
we were... You know Gary, that snail race that SpongeBob submits him to? Yeah, that was us. But we did have one of the best meals of the whole trip. We went to I always say it wrong.
Lou Malnati's.
Deep dish pizza.
Amazing.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
Like best Caesar salad, best pizza. They have like a pizookie. It's like a cookie pizza with like ice cream on top.
Bro.
Oh my God. It was so good. Cause we hadn't eaten for 24 hours. Okay. It tasted like it was like
the best fucking,
like a light was shining down from the heavens.
It
was so good. So that was the only day we really got to like see the city because the rest we were gonna be at the convention.
We ate there, and then after that we decided to walk from there to the hotel, which was like 20 blocks away. But we were like, whatever.
This is the only time we're gonna see the city.
Yeah.
So we walked. I think it was Michigan Street. It's like that main street. So we got to see a lot of like the really like significant buildings, like the libraries and the parks, and there was a lot of like shopping. There was like a Blick that we went in. We got to see the outside of the theaters. It was really cool. And it was like dusk, so like the sun was setting. It was really nice. It was freezing. But it was really nice. We got to walk around a little bit. And then we saw this steakhouse. We were just like walking by, and we were like, "Let's check it out. Like, let's look at the menu." It was a jazz bar, jazz club. So we went in, and we're like, "Hi, we just had dinner. We just wanted to come and see your menu. Maybe make a reservation to come another day." And the girls were really nice, and they're like, "Yeah, like here it is." And so we're like, "Okay, let's come tomorrow." So we made a reservation. So we made the reservation for the next day. So we did the show the next day. Super fun, crazy. Like we were busy all day, which was great.
Yeah. Again, C2E2. So pretty much the how well we did at WonderCon, it was mirroring itself at C2E2.
Yeah.
We pretty much C2E2 we did like just under what we did at WonderCon, which was amazing. We would
not expect that.
2 of our best shows we've ever had back to back.
Yeah.
Which thank you so much to everybody seriously, thank you so much to everybody that came out to C2E2 to say hi, to pick something up. Honestly, it means a lot. We got to meet Star Wars dude. We met a bunch of our friends that we've
like internet friends.
We've
been friends for years, but we haven't met in person yet.
Yeah. So that was incredible. It honestly means the world to us, guys. We had you really made our C2E2 unforgettable, and we cannot wait to be back next year. We will definitely be back next year.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, it was incredible. And really quick, we did not talk about the cabbage debacle.
So I literally deleted that from my
at Lou Malnati's.
memory.
We had Caesar salad, and it had like a couple little pieces of like the red cabbage.
Yeah.
And so I can't remember how it came up, but I was like, I really don't like the purple, the red cabbage. And I was like, why do they use it? Right. And Bella's like, well, it's the same thing as regular cabbage.
No.
I was like, no, it's not. She's like, yes, it is. And I'm like, definitely not. It's like way more bitter. And she's like, no, they just use it to mix things up a bit. Bruh. And I'm like, it's not
visual.
It's not just a fucking aesthetic thing. Like it's definitely because there's a different flavor to it. It's not just like, we're using
some color.
Yeah. Just
a little garnish,
a little space. No, it's just fucking. It's obviously for the flavor. And she's like, no, it's just. They don't want to use a bunch of green cabbage. I'm like, you're out of your mind.
I'm like, well, the lettuce is green, so why are they going to put green cabbage? Because it's going to look the same. So they put purple or red.
You're
so
ridiculous.
It looks different.
No, and we were arguing for like how long?
Too long.
And
Too
I
long.
can just imagine
Like 10
the
minutes.
stress.
And I was like,
like
what?
built up.
I was like, you're out of your mind. It's not.
Then I
just...
Googled it and it was like the antioxidants and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, so it's just aesthetic. And then he was like, no, keep looking. And then I finally find like on the 3rd page of Google fucking search, it's like, it has more of a peppery taste. And I was like,
and she went from like
the red one is peppery.
and then she got to the and it's more peppery.
Okay, I was wrong. Whatever.
Yeah. And what was my response?
Oh my god.
Petty as shit.
He goes. Oh, I can't remember exactly the word.
One does not know unless one speaks.
No way.
Yeah. I was like, I can't even be
Perfect
mad.
use of a quote.
I can't even be mad. He fucking quoted Mando.
Dude.
Fucking nerd.
Hey, I wasn't the one arguing
Whatever.
false statements.
Whatever. False statement. Fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news.
One does
Purple
not.
cabbage is not green cabbage.
I just thought, I was like, there's no fucking, because then she started making me doubt myself. I'm like, do they
Because
just
he's
do
like,
it for
because
the
they put
fucking
both
aesthetic?
in like coleslaw, and I was like, well, yeah, it's like, you know, funfetti. Like it's, you know,
You're
we got different
fucking
colors. We got
ridiculous.
carrot.
You're
We got
ridiculous.
cabbage. We got.
I'm like, and I was like, you never tasted the difference between fucking like red cap, and she's like, it's the same shit.
I'm calling
I
right
haven't
now.
noticed a
Next
difference. I eat
podcast,
both.
Meaning tomorrow.
Yeah.
buy a
We'll
red
do a
one
taste
and buy a
test.
green.
Yeah,
Buy
yeah.
Like,
Wait.
My grandma would
Taste
kill
it.
me. She'd be like, "You're Irish
Yeah,
and you
she's
don't know the
fucking
difference
Irish, and
between
she's-
cabbages."
and she's like, it's the same shit.
I eat both, so I don't care.
You're funny. It's like if I was like, yeah, flour tortillas and corn tortillas are the
Oh,
same
hell
shit.
no.
Oh my god!
What's aesthetic? What's fluffy? What's
Yeah, it's just like, you know, for burritos and for tacos.
Whatever. Whatever.
Here, habanero is orange, but it's aesthetic.
Yeah.
Just eat that shit.
Hey, actually, you guys call lemons and limes the same fucking thing, even though they are different. So
Truly,
I'm not wrong for that.
We got.
Okay, but I never said that they taste the same. We just call them the same shit.
Yeah, but that's confusing.
We'll take the win.
A win is a win.
Whatever. You get your fucking. You're right about cabbages, Arakel. Okay. Whatever.
I wasn't the one arguing. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my god.
Right on Easter. Easter pass.
Like, get cabbage to the back of the head.
Yo,
cabbages.
there
There was someone cosplaying at the show as that. They had the cart and
I should have
everything.
taken a fucking picture of you with the cabbage guy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Was he handing out cabbages?
All right. We're running. We're
way
running
off
out of
topic.
time, and we're digressing. But yeah, so C2E2 was absolutely amazing. The only thing that really killed me was I got sick like the second day.
Yeah.
Well, Friday was the first day of the show, and like towards the end of the day is when I started getting feeling sick.
Yeah, but we were just like, oh well, he's exhausted.
Yeah, I was just
we
like, I'm
did
tired.
2 shows back to back. We're traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
not sleeping.
So, but what was, but Friday we were super excited because we were going to go to our, to our reservation for the dinner that at the jazz club. And we've always wanted to go to like a live jazz club or like a live blues bar or something like that. And that's why we were so excited when we walked by it and we found it. And, we went in to check it out. We made the reservation for the next day. And so all day Friday, we were super, like, we were just looking forward to dinner.
Yeah.
Like, we were just looking forward to dinner.
Yeah.
And towards the end of the day, I started feeling, like, progressively more and more like shit.
Yeah.
Like, I just started feeling like shit. And then,
Due to the change in temperature, right? Because you're over here like
Well, yeah,
San
'cause
Diego guy, and then
That-
that
and then-
definitely affected us.
yeah,
Yeah.
because not only that, but the inside of every building in Chicago, they have the temperature up to like 150 degrees. And then outside is like 30.
Yeah.
Smacks you in the
So
face.
the drastic change really like
Yeah.
fucked with
that's
us.
really bad. That could cause
Also,
I know my mom's friend. Like, she for like a month, she had half her face like paralyzed.
Oh shit!
Because of the change in temperature.
Really?
So you have to really watch out.
Oh my
like,
god.
My dad goes overboard, and usually if you're gonna make that transition, he wraps his head with a
Like a scarf?
with a scarf.
Oh
my
really?
God.
Gradually,
To like
as soon as
ease
he's-
into it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So
Yeah.
like we didn't do that. I had a jacket and jeans.
At least you got sick and not like
Oh god.
Yeah, and just
yeah.
like
yeah.
yeah.
Jesus.
But yeah, so I got sick because of that, and
Also, there was like no humidity in the air.
no,
Like I literally felt like I was shriveling up because like we're on the coast. We live in San Diego, so like there is humidity in the air. There's water. I mean, we're still in the water in Chicago, but like the wind, I don't know.
no, yeah, it's
Elevation
very,
or
it's very
something.
different.
It was like
It's different.
I was like Palpatine, all like shriveled up.
Yeah, so so that I got sick, and then I was trying to push past it because we were excited for dinner. So we get to dinner, and we get treated so well, like so well. The food was incredible,
So good.
and by the time we got there, the music had just started. And dude, when I tell you, they were fucking hitting every note perfectly.
Yeah,
Like,
they were
They
vibing. They were
vibing.
They were like synergy,
Yeah.
like playing off of each other.
yeah.
It was really cool.
Like Max
yeah.
Rebo and Droopy and
Droopy McCool.
and Psy. No, yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. They sat us right in front of the band.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was one of the greatest experiences. One of like some of the best food we've
It was
ever
so
So
had.
definitely a staple every time.
Oh,
Yeah.
every time we go to Chicago, we will be eating.
It was
this.
called the Tortoise Supper Club.
Yeah.
So if
Super,
you ever
super
go,
Tortoise
and
right
like
there.
it was really nice. It was very like upscale, but it was still reasonably priced.
was-
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Like
it was,
I mean, we live in San Diego where it's very expensive, but it was like very fairly priced.
Yeah.
The
That's awesome.
the ambience was amazing. All of the staff were really nice and friendly, and the food was so
yeah,
good.
they had like a coat check, and the guy at the coat check was super nice.
it's like asking us about how the show went.
Yeah. So they took our coats,
was
they
really
took our
cool.
backpacks. They like super nice. Everyone.
Yeah.
Did they have like
Excuse
a
me.
dress code? Because it's a
I mean,
jazz thing. So
I wish we could have been dressed a little nicer, but we didn't really bring
Clothes.
clothes
Nice
for
clothes.
that. But I tried my best. We
Yeah.
both did. We were definitely like underdressed, but not the most underdressed people there.
Yeah. And we had a reason to be underdressed.
And
We
had
were
a
at a
reason, and
convention.
and they knew we were at the
Yeah.
convention, and they still treated us.
We
really
weren't just
great.
in like
That's pretty cool.
sweatpants.
We didn't look. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were fine. We didn't look like bums, right?
Yeah.
So
Well,
I mean, kind of. We did.
you were
we
like
did.
SpongeBob when he has the suds.
Yeah, actually, yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that's exactly how I felt. Jesus.
You didn't look like that, but you felt like
No,
that.
so the food was amazing. The dinner was amazing. The restaurant, the music, all of it was incredible. But like halfway through the dinner is when I started feeling horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. And I was like, I want to stay here longer. I want to enjoy, like, I wanted to enjoy the, the atmosphere, more drinks. But I was like, I can't, I have to go like lay down.
Sleep.
And I have to rest, right?
Because we had another day of the show.
Because Saturday, the next day was supposedly going to be
busiest
the
day.
busiest day of C2E2 history, because apparently they've never sold out, and that
really?
day was sold out.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And they were like back to
Could it be
pre-COVID
also because
numbers.
of the panels? What day was the panels for?
I think
yeah,
I
that
think
day
a
they
lot
had
of the big panels were.
the 15th anniversary of the
it's-
Clone Wars.
Because as soon as I found out that the Chosen One was there, I was like, oh.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Ashley.
Sorry, Bella. My version. Of the
Your
Chosen.
version
Yeah.
of the
So
Chosen.
Ashley Eckstein was there, Matt Lanter, James Arnold Taylor, and the one and only Sam Witwer.
Woo!
So yeah, they were there, and then Saturday was the Clone Wars
15th anniversary.
15th anniversary, and
And it was Matt's birthday.
yeah, it was Matt Lanter's birthday, and so Saturday was super busy for us,
Yeah.
and but that day that was the worst day for me. Like in my how I felt the worst. Like I was super congested.
Well, obviously
I
like,
felt
planned
super
for it, right?
weak.
Did you guys had anything? Did you guys go pharmacy like a Walgreens?
Yeah,
we
he was
had.
taking
I was taking medicine,
Okay.
but like, and I didn't feel sick. It was more so like the pressure.
The congestion,
the pressure,
body
the congestion,
aches,
and the body. Yeah, like I just
chills.
felt because it was cold in there, but I was feeling warm, so I had to have my jacket on.
Yeah, I was.
And it was like a bunch of like I just felt like
mess.
shit.
A mess.
So but I was like I can't not work today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like I can't. So I was like, Bella was, taking care of people, in front of the booth.
He was
And
just in the back.
I was just in the back trying to like stay away
Survive.
from people because I was like, I don't want people to know I'm sick and like and
Yeah.
I don't want to be talking to people and like
Yeah.
I was like I'll get the stickers and the pins and stay away from me. But yeah, I felt like literally a walking corpse. Like that's the best way I can describe it. Like I felt like dog shit.
No.
And but it was again one of the best days for us ever. At a show, we did amazing that day. We met so many people that day. And real quick, do you mind putting yourself on the screen?
Sure.
Yeah. So towards the end of the day, it started, I don't know, slowing down a little bit.
A little
Not
bit.
really, but you
Enough
were like
for I could handle
you were
it.
able to handle it.
Yeah.
So I go over to the back, and then I just decided. Well, I ran into somebody.
Yeah. No, you didn't.
So I ran into somebody.
No, you fucking didn't. No, you fucking
Are you on the screen, motherfucker? There. Yeah, so I went and Sam had a line. So he came back at 6:00. He was signing earlier that day. He came back at 6:00.
Bro.
And and you know how we have our Star Killer helmet pin?
Yeah.
So I grabbed one of those. I grabbed one of the Mortis family pins, and then I grabbed one of our Darth Vader pins.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And then so I went, and I literally just wanted to meet him, and so I went.
Dude.
I gave him the pins, and so I introduced myself.
I legit. Oh my fucking god. So I was on Instagram, and then I found out that he was on C2E2. He posted a video,
Yeah.
and I just texted this fool like I was already late.
Yeah.
Probably the day was over.
You
But I was
texted
like-
me right after I saw him.
Really?
Yeah,
Dude, it's weird. I always text you like
yeah,
random shit.
literally.
Dude, I was like, dude, he's there. no, like I was
And
about to be
Arakel
like,
had to hide it.
bro, I'll
my
pay
God.
him get some shit signed or something. I was like, nah,
Dude.
I'm pretty busy with it.
Well, because so
Oh my
he was
God.
signing earlier that day, and then I had gone to see if he was still there. But when I went to see if he was still there, he was already gone. But he had a sign that said that he would be back at 6 to sign a few more things. But he was like the last person there, and so I went back at like 6:10.
Yeah.
Just because I just wanted to meet him and give him the pins,
Yeah.
right? Because I was like, I've never met Sam, and Sam's awesome, right? And so I get in line, and then a guy comes down, and he's like, "Oh, like, are you gonna take a picture or get something signed?" I was like, I'd love to, but I just wanted to meet him and give him these, right? I just wanted a present, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh yeah, that's fine," and it was free to meet him. Just
Oh
free
my
to meet him.
God.
So he's
Oh
like,
my God.
so I was like, oh, okay. And then he left, and I was just thinking about it. I was like, well, I'm not gonna just meet him and not take a picture.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so the guy was coming back, and I was like, how much is it for a picture? He's like, oh, $40. I was like, okay, well, I'll do a fucking picture. And so he writes on my sticky note like picture and meet, right?
Yeah.
So I finally get up, and the guy, the gentleman that I gave my money to, he's like, oh, this is Arakel to Sam. And I was like, hi, Sam. Like, I just wanted to come and meet you and give you these. I'm an artist. And so I give him the 3 pins, and he's like, whoa, these are for me? I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, these are amazing, man. These are really, really good. He's like, you made these? And I was like, yeah, I made these. I told him, I was like, I grew up playing The Force Unleashed. I grew up watching the Clone Wars. I mean, like, I wanted to come and meet you, give you these, and I told him, and I wanted to wait actually because I'm working on a Force Unleashed collection for September for the 15th year anniversary.
Hell yeah.
And he's like, that's awesome. And when I was saying that, he grabbed the Starkiller pin. He's like, this one's really cool, man.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And what's
You got the blessing.
yeah.
You got the
Yeah.
blessing, man.
And
Oh
Sam
my-
approved.
And what sucks is you see where that marker is and those sticky notes?
Yeah.
Right next to that is where he put the pins. So they were almost in the picture.
Yeah.
But they were there. So I'm talking to him and he's like looking at the pins. He's like, these are awesome, man. He's like, you know what? He's like, pick one out. And he had like a bunch of prints like and like pictures on the floor. So he's like, pick one out. I was like, what? Really? I was like, wait, really? So I was like, no. He's like, I was like, you sure? He's like, yeah, pick one out. And so I got this.
Bro.
So here, I'll put it on the camera. I
Let
don't know.
me just wait.
I don't know if you can see this.
Let me put it solo. Yeah. Oh my god.
Can you see it?
And his phone was at like 2%
My phone
battery.
was at 2%
No way.
battery.
So he almost didn't get
So-
a picture
so
because
I wasn't
his phone
using-
almost died.
Yeah. So there it is. This was the only Force Unleashed thing he had, so I got it. I was like, I have to do this one.
Oh my god.
And I know I would have gotten you one, but I wasn't even planning on getting one for me.
Yeah.
And he was like,
that's just awesome, dude.
he was like, and he was just like, just pick one. And I was like, well, I'll get this one. And it was kind of in a rush because there was people behind me.
Yeah, they don't give you a lot of time. with them.
And so he was kind of like, but he was super nice. And then I told him, I was like, yeah, like our producer, he's like obsessed with you. And he's like, oh yeah, I heard he doesn't know what line is in which movie of Star Wars.
Oh my god.
He's like, yeah, I saw that highlight from your podcast, and he doesn't know that
my God.
the Empire Strikes Back is.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Bro.
No, I didn't say that. But dude, see, this is why you have to come to shows with us.
Yeah, you
This is
never
why
know
you
who
have
you're
to
gonna
come-
Quit
meet.
my job. Fuck you mean?
Dude, start coming to shows.
Someone
With us.
runs to Chicago like,
Yeah.
Sam, I'm coming.
But
I'd
see,
be like, what happened to use for the hotel? I'm already there.
Yeah.
Deadass.
all right, but see, I didn't get you one because you have to meet him to get
I
yours.
know.
Yeah.
You have to meet him to
Dude,
get
I'm gonna
yours.
be a mess.
I know
He's
you
gonna
will.
be
I'm
crying.
gonna be a mess.
I know you will.
I just met you and I love you.
He's like, hi. I would tell you how much I appreciate your contribution, but I have like 50 shits for you to sign. So 50
shits?
Like, just sign them all. We're cool.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, what a
Oh
line.
my god.
Oh my
I
God.
have 50 shits for you to.
I have to keep it crisp.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so I met so I got to talk to him for a little bit. I gave him the pins. He was super awesome, but we had to like make it quick, and he gave me this
God.
and he signed it.
Bro, I know you put it in a hardcover sleeve. Put on 2 more hardcover sleeves. I swear if I see a freaking scratch in that shit, it's your ass.
No. Literally, I bought it, and then as I was walking back I got this, and as I was walking back to our booth, there was one of those booths that has these like
that's awesome.
hardcovers.
top
I was like,
loaders.
That's
oh,
awesome.
I was like, how much? He was like,
Dude,
$5.
were they like, dude, what?
Nah, that guy specifically sees them all day. So,
okay.
but
He's not
but-
impressed.
So he wasn't impressed. But I was like,
Better
what?
be. Better be.
I literally just go up to him. I was like, what'll fit this? He's like, oh, this one.
8
I was
by
like,
10.
and it was $5. So I just handed him a 5, and I was gone.
Yeah.
That's the business to get
Heard it
into.
here first.
The top
Starkiller
loaders.
confirmed. Nah, I'm just kidding.
But yeah,
Yeah,
he was
dude.
Sam Witwer, fucking awesome, super nice guy. I just I could tell that like he would totally talk to me for longer if people weren't waiting.
If the
Yeah.
opportunity
Um,
happened, yeah.
but yeah, he was super cool. And
Dude, I was like, I have both copies on Xbox, both copies on PS3,
and the PSP, and the PS5,
and
and the
Switch.
Switch.
I've beaten both games, both campaigns, 100%. Like,
Yeah, bro, that is the Starkiller. That's
I
the
know!
Starkiller.
The man, the myth, the legend.
That's him.
dude.
So what's funny is as soon as
I lied.
I lied.
Exactly.
So what was funny is I did lie because he's like, did you meet him? I was like, no.
I know.
We had to keep it from you. It was so funny because you were like, dude,
So,
he's there. Like,
good,
here we
good
go.
thing I would have swarmed you with texts.
Yeah.
Called you like, pick
know.
up, tell me how.
And I also made sure I was like, I'm not posting this until I get Silva's
the
reaction.
reveal.
God.
But what's funny is as soon as I get back to the booth,
Yeah.
you texted me. It's like, dude, did you know that Sam Witwer's there today? I was like, oh, no way.
That's crazy. I didn't see him.
I lied.
That's awesome, dude. I'm so happy for you, dude.
No, yeah,
One day,
thanks,
one
man.
day.
Well, hey, the only thing missing from this picture is your bitch ass.
Just Photoshop him in the
Dude, I
middle.
would be so fucking red.
Yeah, look at how red I am, bro.
No,
Look
I
at
would be
You look like
way
you're gonna
more
pass
red.
out.
Look, yeah.
I would be way more red.
Well, look, that's
The blood rushed to your
yeah.
head.
I
Oh,
was.
that's right.
Yeah, I'm sick as fuck. I was holding in my coughs and my sneezes. I'm like,
let me pull up the picture
Just
again.
all the congestion. Like,
yeah.
Oh my
Oh
God.
I was
my
holding it
God.
all in, and I was like, and you know what, Sam, if you're listening, I'm so sorry. I probably shouldn't have met you while I was sick, but I I have no answer for that.
The Star Killer fandom
My
is gonna
face
get your
hurts.
ass if he gets sick or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
No. I mean,
mean,
it's not COVID. It's just a cold,
I know.
but
Just a congestion.
I did feel like shit, but I was like, there's no way I'm not gonna come and say hi to Sam. And I was the plan was just to give him the pins really quick and be out of there. Like I didn't want to but I was like, well, I'm not gonna not take a picture.
mm-hmm.
And I hope you're not sick.
Bro, they need to make him canon, like Star Killer. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they do. No, they need to make Sam Witwer canon.
Yes, Sam.
But
That's
yeah,
awesome,
I
dude.
thought.
Oh my God.
No, of course. I thought you'd enjoy
Bro.
that. But yeah, so Sam was awesome.
I'll be that one annoying person meeting everyone. It's like, my friend met someone.
Technically, I met my friend, and my friend met him. So technically, I met Sam.
Yeah.
That's me. That's me.
So, all right,
That's
so
awesome, dude.
no. Thank you. It was incredible. He was awesome. So yeah, C2E2 was amazing. A huge success. So thank you everybody for coming out. Thank you so much. But we do have to move on to the important shit, which is Mando and Bad Batch, because we're already
An hour 31 minutes.
yeah. So
Let's speed through this.
and that's on Bella.
Rapid fire.
What? Me? You wanted to talk about the cabbages.
Anyway,
Honestly, I would have loved talking more about Sam Witwer, but
So have a whole episode of just that.
all right, Mando chapter whatever.
We're super prepared on this show.
Super prepared. Well, we did watch them before we left for fucking Chicago. But
Yeah, I was like half
We watched-
sentient at that moment.
Don't
like,
tell me that. We took it all in. But we watched
Speak
some
for
recaps.
yourself.
All right, well then why are you here talking about it, huh?
dang.
Huh?
I'm just saying we got like 2 hours of sleep.
We did.
Yeah.
So what did happen?
Giving me shit and he doesn't even know what happened.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember.
The pirates came in.
Oh,
Pirates.
that's right. That's right.
Los piratas.
Pirates came back, and Grief Karga, sent out for help, and Carson Teva is the one that receives the message. And one of my biggest complaints, I think, here, not about the show, but about the story surrounding the New Republic,
Yeah.
like the new canon explanation of how the New Republic works, and their decisions about getting rid of their military, and then being like, oh well, if we defeated the Empire, but if your system is still occupied by the Empire, it is your decision if you want to come join us or keep the Empire as the government that reigns over you. That is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. I'm just gonna say it. I'm so sorry.
Like, what did
but
you think was gonna
is
happen?
So so dumb. Why would the New Republic do that? First of all, second of all, it's like going like, oh, you're still under Nazi control. Well, that's up to you if you want to come and sign and be part of the New Republic. What the hell? No.
Like, you think the people that are in charge of that planet are gonna change?
Why would you get rid of your military if the fucking empire is still out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to compare the EU with canon, but I'm gonna compare EU with canon.
Yeah.
In the EU, as far as I remember, listeners, tell me if I'm wrong, but as far as I remember, in the EU, the New Republic fucking hunts down the Empire until the Empire is like, fucking fine, we give up.
Yeah.
Right? And they are like, they're no more. There's Imperial remnants, but that's it. They're like in the outer rim.
Like few and far between.
Hiding.
Yeah.
Like they're gone.
Yeah.
Pretty much, right?
They're not a whole ass government that's
like
still operating.
They have their systems, but it's like because they're fucking the farthest away, and it's like all Imperials, right? It's like that's it, right?
Yeah.
But in the new canon, it's like even the mid rim is shite.
Yeah.
Like the mid rim should not be like in such disarray. Why would the New Republic get rid of their military when the work isn't done yet?
Yeah.
The New Republic should not be the resistance. The resistance is when you're the minority.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not the reigning government is the resistance.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That
math ain't mathin'.
That does not make any sense. That's why they failed. That's why the First Order fucking shit on them.
Yeah.
That is like, what? How did you defeat the Empire and then go, when it came to running the fucking galaxy?
They're like, we don't need a military. What do you mean you don't need a military?
How could you allow the Empire to be better at running the galaxy than you? That should not have been the case. That should not have been the case. And I hate saying it because the Empire is big bad. Yeah. But I'm sorry. They were better at running the fucking galaxy.
Maybe Vader was right. Maybe we did need order.
Chill the fuck out. I'm just saying. Okay, look at the Bad Batch, right? Yeah. In the Bad Batch, we literally see how the Empire is changing everything and making sure that they have control of everything. And I'm not saying that that's exactly what the New Republic needed to do, but at least the Empire fucking had control.
Well, yeah, the problem was they were like, you don't need to be a part of our government. That was...
No, yeah. It's exactly.
Like, you can be a part of our democracy. You are part of our government, but this is a democracy.
And what's dumb, it's like...
Not you can just do whatever you want.
What's dumb, it's like, it was the Alliance to restore the Republic. Meaning, it should have been, as soon as they won...
Like, let's go back to how it was.
How the Republic ran the galaxy.
Yeah.
But they didn't. It was a complete... Like, they completely changed the way they did things.
Yeah.
And then it just led to everyone... Like... Pirates taking over.
Oh yeah.
The First Order,
people taking advantage of
the shadows,
the chaos. Yeah.
And people taking advantage of the chaos, and systems still being controlled by Imperial remnants. Not just like a couple, but a shit ton.
Like a whole ass division, like a military, like.
Yeah. No. It's
like
absolute...
like Star Destroyers worth of.
It seems to me every time I see a scene about like their administration offices.
Oh my god, like bureaucratic
but
bullshit.
It kind of feels it gives me like the Office vibes. No one knows what the hell they're doing. Like the Office vibes, right?
Like just look busy. Just look busy.
Oh my god. It's like
okay.
It's like they're winging.
It's literally run by comedians.
Yeah.
It's literally run by comedians. Yeah. They're fucking like the New Republic is a fucking joke, and in the EU, they were not a fucking joke.
Yeah.
They were fucking ruthless.
Our
because
way or the highway, yeah.
Yeah, because and it wasn't like they were the new empire, but they were like, no, this shit's not gonna fucking fly.
Like, yeah, the Nazis need to go. The Nazis don't get rights and a say.
Exactly.
They're...
And I don't know.
You committed
why,
war crimes.
Yeah, and I don't
You're
know.
going to jail.
I don't know why it's so different now in this in canon, where it's like, nah, like, well, I guess it's like they have to explain how the First Order came to be, but it's like
this is something
that's such a fucking stupid explanation. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but
it is.
It
is.
Honestly, it's a bit insulting.
Yeah.
It's a bit insulting to like all of the hard work that went. I'm talking about in universe.
Yeah.
It's insulting to everybody that sacrificed.
Yeah.
Everybody that fought so hard. Everybody. For them to just be like, we're gonna get rid of our entire military.
Yeah.
And you can all fend for yourselves. And if you want help, just sign this.
I'm not good at remembering names. Who was the guy who received the message from Magistrate?
Carson Teva.
Carson Teva. Yeah, well, he was like talking to a colonel, right? I was like, hey, we need to send some ships, help them because they're getting
they're like, well,
by...
they're not
they're
actually.
Like, yeah, they're not. Again, the female character.
I did forget her name, but the Imperial, yeah.
Yeah, well, she was like
the Amnesty.
Yeah, she's obviously a double agent.
They haven't signed. What did she say? A contract or they haven't signed.
She hasn't signed like the treaty or whatever, like
so
the alliance.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
No,
it's a lot of political bullshit.
It's really dumb. It's really dumb on the New Republic's part to be just like.
Yeah, it's sad because it's like there never really was peace.
No, there was it was the illusion.
It was the illusion of peace.
It was all chaos.
But it wasn't.
Because they were like playing house.
Yeah.
They're
like, we're a new government. But we have a capital and 5 different systems.
That moves every time.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
No. What did they say?
The capitals, the capital of the Republic.
Instead of being on
Coruscant, would rotate between 5 systems.
Wow. Like every year or like every 5 years.
Every couple years it would like change.
It would, like, to fake like people have a vote?
It was supposed to be like I don't know. They did things that don't make any sense.
I'm gonna throw a dart. Let's see where it lands. Right?
Okay.
I feel like what they're trying to do or how they're making it seem, you know those like creepy cults where it's like, or like Bossing say, you know, it's like there's no war here. Like they're making it seem
literally
like,
that's exactly.
Yeah.
We don't need nothing. Everything's perfect.
And literally that's exactly what they're doing.
Let me wipe your memory. Let me do this shit.
Yeah.
Bossing saying this.
Yeah. That's exactly what they're doing because they're like, yeah, the war is over. Everything is fine. It's like, oh, really? Well, Moff Gideon fucking escaped and he was already a menace before. He's going to be a menace now. Exactly. Fucking Thrawn is out there. Who knows how many other Imperial warlords are out there just fighting for power. How many pirates are out there completely taking over system.
Well, then again, that mediocrity is a good excuse for them to be like, big bad, number one, big bad, because they've been letting them just plan.
Well, I mean, that's the storyline here.
Yeah.
And I'm not shitting on the story because I'm excited. I'm looking forward for Thrawn and like all and you know what's coming next. I'm just saying, on the New Republic's part, it's fucking stupid. It's fucking dumb.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that they were just like, yeah, we'll get rid of our military. It's like, no. The military is there to uphold the peace that you fought so hard for.
For you
it's not
like kicked out the curb.
Exactly. It's like the problem with the Empire wasn't that they had a military. The problem with the Empire was that it was martial law.
Yeah. It was only military.
It was only military, and it was their way or you die.
Yeah, literally.
The New Republic should have been, yes, we have a military, but each, it's not martial law.
Yeah.
It's a democratic.
Each planet is responsible for their own shit, but we have a Senate.
There's the Senate. There's the fucking exactly.
And we do all our things together.
It's the alliance to restore the Republic. Yeah. That's exactly what they should have done. Was restored the Republic back to what it was before the Empire, because that way it worked. It did work. There were flaws, but it worked, and that's what you have to do. Is just get the things that worked and work out the fucking kinks. But they didn't do that. They said
they're the dog meme where the house is on fire and he's like, everything is fine.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what it was.
Yeah. So So yeah, that
it is what it is, though. Like,
Yeah.
It
All right.
is what it is.
let's move on because we haven't
Yeah.
even talked about the episode.
yeah.
So the Gorian Shard takes over Navarro and pretty much runs Grief Karga and the people out of the city.
Yeah.
And he sends out for help to Carson Teva, and we get live action Zeb
Yes.
We get
that
live
was
action
so
Zeb.
cool.
for the first time, which is amazing, absolutely incredible. He looks amazing. I did not think we were gonna get to see him until Ahsoka.
Yeah, I mean,
So this was a very awesome surprise. And it was perfect. The way
yeah,
they
it was
did
like
it was perfect.
the perfect cameo.
And
That X-wing pilot bar was like
that was really cool.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. And I don't know if you saw, but Rick Famuyiwa, Deborah Chow, and Dave Filoni.
They were cameoing.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
cameoed. They were there at the
Yeah.
bar, which was really cool. And there was a bunch of little Easter eggs there. There were like,
Helmets
Yeah, yeah.
and
and
different
droids
type of
and
troopers.
stuff.
yeah. It was really cool. So excuse me, sorry, I'm talking a lot. So yeah, he goes to try and get help from the New Republic, but obviously, like we just said, they're a fucking mess, and just it didn't work out.
Like, it's not our
It's
problem.
not their problem apparently.
And he's
Yeah,
like,
my
it's
God.
gonna be.
It's gonna be.
Yeah.
So instead he goes to the Mandalorians and he finds them with R5's help
I loved that.
because R5 was, part of the Republic or the rebellion.
Yeah.
And so he was pretty much just able to track him, and he found their covert and pretty much convinces them that they should help.
Yeah.
And Mando gives a great speech. So does Paz Vizsla, which was awesome. I didn't see that coming at all.
Me neither.
And he's pretty much like, because we're fucking Mandalorian, that's why. You know? And like,
I loved it.
and they're like, no, yeah, he's got a fucking point. And
No, the Beskar, like,
yeah,
ding,
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 ding.
ding.
So so they end up going to Navarro, and honestly, they did a great job. They fucking totally, like, their plan worked.
And Bo led the ground assault.
Yeah,
right?
Bo led the ground assault. Din used his
tactical.
starfighter.
Fuck, it was awesome.
Dude, it was
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
When they dropped out of the ship, I was like, ah.
Yeah, we've only ever seen Mandalorians like really like that in either the Clone Wars or in the comics,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So seeing that in live action, like, we got little tastes of it in like season 1 and season 2 a little bit.
Yeah,
But,
like when
like,
Din is rescued by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Flashbacks.
but
Yeah.
never like this
Not
is
like a full thing. Yeah.
full assault on, like,
So badass.
on like the town and retaliation against the pirates. That was insanely cool.
The armor went full on tactical.
Bro, she
Oh my god.
shit on them. She
Badass.
shit on them. She was badass.
She rung some bells with those hammers.
Dude, yeah.
Doing.
She rolled up behind them and was like,
Uta tuta
Oh
solo.
my god.
so yeah, she rocked their shit.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. That entire scene, that entire fight scene was amazing. Mando in the starfighter was incredible. Them taking down the pirate ship was really, really cool.
I like how in true pirate fashion the captain stayed with the ship.
Yeah, he went down with the ship.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that was
cool.
really cool.
And then
That's
like
awesome.
it was like a helm.
Yeah, that was
Like,
awesome.
Like the
Yeah, it
the
was
wheel
an
was like
actual-
an actual
Yeah.
wheel.
And
Sick.
I have not seen anybody point this out, but the first mate,
Ugnaught.
the Ugnaught, was literally dressed like Mr. Smee from Peter Pan.
Oh.
He had like the
Yeah.
striped shirt.
The blue and
Oh,
white
okay.
striped
Sash.
shirt, and then like the little red
Yeah.
hat
Yeah.
is literally Mr. Smee from
That's
Peter
hilarious.
Pan, and nobody has pointed that out. So
That was cute. I like
So
that.
that was really
Take
funny.
that screen crush.
Exactly. So so that was cool. That was a cool little Easter egg. And then they win. They take back Navarro, and they get awarded land.
Yeah.
Land for them to live on, for them to like flourish in, and it goes from whatever point in Navarro to all the way to Bullock Canyon, which a lot of people have already pointed out, but I think it's really awesome to note that it's named after Jeremy Bullock, the original Boba Fett, the original Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So
that was really
that's
cool.
a very nice like tribute to him since he passed away a couple years ago now. So that was really nice, and so they now they have a home. They have a home. And pretty much I feel like I'm missing something, but pretty much the episode.
The armor asks for Bo-Katan's presence.
Oh yeah, that's what I was
yeah.
getting to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
So yeah. Bo-Katan gets called aside by the armorer. The armorer asks her to take off her helmet, and Bo's like, "Are you sure?"
Isn't that like the only rule we have?
The only rule. And so she takes off her helmet, and she's pretty much like, if we are to unite the Mandalorians and take back Mandalore, we need somebody that walks both ways.
That's awesome.
And that is you. And she believes that because Bo saw the mythosaur.
Yeah.
And especially in Mandalorian culture, especially with this covert of Mandalorians that are very much in tune with tradition and signs from the universe, the armorer especially believes that Bo is the one chosen to bring them together.
Yeah.
And I thought it was very interesting and very I guess forward thinking of the armorer to think this way, which was she understands that in order for the Mandalorians to unite, that even though there are Mandalorians that don't believe the same things she does, which include keeping your helmet on and like any other traditions like that, that follow the way, she knows that they're still Mandalorians.
Yeah.
They just have different beliefs.
Yeah.
And if they're going to come back and flourish as a people, that it doesn't matter their differences.
Yeah.
That they
can have different religious beliefs.
Exactly.
They're still Mandalorians.
Yeah, exactly. But they're still Mandalorians, and she understands that yes, we have our beliefs, but there are other Mandalorians that don't believe the way we do.
True.
And if we're going to unite us all, we need somebody that, like she's in her words, she says that walks both ways. That follows the way of their covert and the way of the rest of the Mandalorians that are not present at that moment.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really, really cool to see that and see her in that like state of mind and thinking that way, right? Because it's like, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That's like for someone that went from you're no longer a Mandalorian because you took your helmet off to go from that to now
like personal representative.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The chosen one.
So I
Senator.
exactly. So I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to tonight's new episode because there's a lot to look forward to there.
Okay, something I want to talk about with you. We talked about it a little bit before we recorded. It looks like they're setting up the Mandalorians to be like the next kind of not ruling force, but like
Well, I want them to be.
they have the military aspect. I'm assuming they're going to find a shit ton of Beskar on Mandalore.
Look.
If they have a mythosaur,
Look,
they got Boba Fett, they got Luke Skywalker, they got Ahsoka Tano. Like, they're stacked.
Look,
They're stacked.
at this point, fuck the New Republic.
Right?
Fuck the New Republic.
Just give us the Mandalorians.
'Cause look,
let them take over.
Since the beginning of time in this galaxy, the Mandalorians have been wanting to, like, all they've wanted is to grow their influence on the galaxy,
Yeah.
right? And that was the biggest thing. I mean, the Mandalorian Wars.
Yeah.
Like their history has always been them trying to expand, them trying to like I said, expand their influence. And the Mandalorian Wars was all about them trying to take over the Republic, right?
Yeah.
And that was more when the Mandalorians were a little more, not good.
Yeah.
Because they were doing it by force.
Yeah.
After there was already the Republic, right? But at this point, the
Republic isn't really established.
The New Republic sucks ass. It sucks booty.
Bella was subtle with it.
No. They are booty cheeks. So like no, I'm fucking dead serious.
This is canon. This is not an opinion.
I'm not saying this just to say it. Like, it's dead ass.
This is what they have shown us.
And obviously it's like the Mandalorians are not the reigning whatever during the sequels, but post sequels.
Yeah.
Fuck the New Republic.
Yeah.
Let the Mandalorians run the galaxy.
Yeah.
Let them finally run the galaxy like they've wanted to for thousands of years.
Yeah.
They went to war with the Jedi, with the Republic, with fucking everybody.
They added everyone.
And they always
themselves.
always came this fucking close.
Then some bullshit happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Revan happened.
Yeah.
Come on, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, literally.
Please.
So it's like, they want it. They want it bad.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And at some point, and I'm sure we're going to see it, they're going to take back Mandalore. They're going to flourish as a people once again, either under Din's rule or Bo's rule.
Yeah.
Who fucking cares at this point? But honestly, if they can come back from where they are now and reunite their people, take back their homeworld, take back their influence on the galaxy as it was before the Empire, I don't see how I would prefer the galaxy being under Mandalorian rule rather than the New Republic. Honestly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you think about it though, like post sequels, all of the leaders of the New Republic are dead.
Yeah, they're all fucking dead.
Who takes over? Finn?
Fucking Rey? I don't know.
Rey's not a politician. Finn isn't a politician. Poe isn't a politician.
She's not a politician.
Huh?
She's a Skywalker.
She's a Skywalker.
But
like who would even?
Honest question though.
Who would even
honest
take
question
over?
here too. Does she even consider herself a Jedi? Like, does she want to rebuild the Jedi Order?
I don't think so.
Because I don't even think that was even, I don't think they even alluded to anything.
No.
You know what
they
I mean?
didn't. They were like, she just walks off into the twin sunset.
So
Yay.
it's like, I'm not talking shit. I'm honest. I'm
they did not.
There's nothing,
they did not establish anything after they defeated the Emperor again. Yeah. There's nothing there. There's nothing established.
Leia's dead. Fucking
Han, Luke.
They blew up the capital of the New Republic.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming Mon Mothma's dead. Fucking Holdo is dead. So and apparently she was
a huge part of it. Yeah.
Everyone's dead.
Like they're all dead.
Akbar is dead.
Dead.
Fucking Han Solo is dead. Luke Skywalker is dead.
Ben
Chewbacca's
Solo
alive,
is dead.
but Chewbacca's like, I'm a fucking Wookiee.
He needs to retire.
Chewie
that
needs to
poor
retire.
boy has been through so much. Maybe R2 runs it.
Fucking let R2 run
R2 for president.
R2 for president.
Jar Jar Binks.
Oh my god.
No, yeah, it's
I think this is where they're going with it, because why invest so much time into The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba, the Ahsoka series, bringing all these Rebels characters into live action, setting up Thrawn? It's like,
I think it's the smart move.
Yeah. That's where it seems like it's going.
I think it's a smart move to go, okay, the future of Star Wars is not the Republic or the New Republic, it's Mandalorian rule.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking down for Mandalorian and Jedi rule.
That's where it looks like it's going with Grogu.
Instead of how it was with the Republic and the Jedi, just take out the Republic, and it's Mandalorian and the Jedi.
Yeah.
Right? And especially now that they have something that connects them, like Grogu.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's the bridge between the two worlds.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
especially now with the retaking of Mandalore, I totally see the Jedi helping do that.
Yeah.
So if Luke or Ahsoka or Ezra or like if the Jedi are involved with the Mandalorians taking back Mandalore,
Yeah.
once Mandalore is in a position to be the reigning government of the galaxy, I totally see them working together. Like,
Yeah.
why not?
They already
used
are.
They already are. They used to be enemies, right? But obviously, thousands of years later, things change.
Yeah.
You know, alliances are formed and you know, things are set in place like what we were already seeing.
Yeah.
I totally see that happening, and I'm fucking here for it.
Yeah.
I am fucking here for it because the New Republic sucks. I'm sorry, it fucking sucks.
It does.
It didn't used to, but it sucks now.
Yeah.
And honestly, they don't deserve to have that control of the galaxy.
Well, they really don't.
Because
even if they wanted
I know they
to,
don't.
they
but
don't have
like,
it.
Like they fought so hard for it, and then they just kind of let it
Slip through their fingers. Yeah.
They didn't take any responsibility for all these planets that are still. You know what I mean? Like it's.
Yeah.
They had so much to do still.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, we're getting rid of the military and all these things, and it's just like, at this point, give it to somebody that'll do it right.
Yeah.
I think the Mandalorians, after they get back on their feet, after they take back Mandalore,
it's like someone who wants the responsibility. Like the New Republic doesn't want to deal with it. Like they think it's just a nightmare.
That's what it looks like.
But the Mandalorians are like, yeah, we'll rule the galaxy. That's cool.
Yeah. So fuck. So that's where I'm at right now with it, because I'm like, honestly, they deserve it.
Yeah.
They deserve it. They truly do.
Yeah.
They were fucking like genocided.
Yeah.
You know, like just like the Jedi. They were dispersed throughout the galaxy. They and they're still there. They're still there fighting to come back to reunite their people, to flourish, to, you know, like they
start again.
To start again.
Yeah.
They want it bad, and they're doing everything in their power to do it.
Mm-hmm.
They're not letting their culture die off. They're not letting their people die off. They are holding on with every fucking ounce of their strength.
Yeah.
So, yes, they deserve it.
Yeah.
They 100% deserve it. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens, because obviously there's nothing clear yet. And who knows? This weekend is Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah.
Maybe with the announcement of these next 3 movies, or I'm sure I know it's a rumor. I don't know if it's been confirmed that they're going to be announcing the new movies, but if they do, maybe that'll give us a hint as to what is coming next.
Yeah.
If it's post sequels or whatever, I'm excited. I hope
me too.
I hope
Or
that's where
wipe.
yeah. I hope that's where they're taking it.
I think
hope
so.
that's where they're taking it, and I hope that it's years down the timeline.
Yeah.
Because what if it could totally take them an entire generation? It could take them 100 years.
And what's amazing about that is Grogu lives 900 years.
Exactly.
So we can do a time jump.
Exactly.
And
100,
then,
150, 200 years.
And
right?
Grogu's in charge.
Where now the Mandalorians are in charge of the galaxy, and Grogu is a Mandalorian that restarts the new Jedi Order under the influence of what he learned from Din Djarin and what he learned from Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka.
And everything at the old temple.
And everything at the old temple, because he will have the wisdom of everything that went wrong during the
Order
old Jedi
66.
Order. Yeah.
Everything.
How long does Ahsoka species live?
I think like humans.
I think a little longer than humans, but like, yeah.
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 Yeah, but
Roughly
not,
human. Yeah.
If there's like 100 to 200 year time jump, she won't be. She won't be there. But I'm fine with that. It's okay. I also don't need to see her death. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But imagine that, like 100 to 200 year time jump.
And then they can give us all new characters.
Exactly.
And planets and governments.
Or we can get the fucking Yuzon Vong. We can get the Yuzon Vong.
That's what's up.
You know.
Yeah.
For the
completely
fake fans
new.
out there, what's that?
So the Yuzon Vong were the there was a word for it, not extraterrestrial, but my God. But yeah, they were pretty much from beyond from beyond the outer rim,
like
known
space,
from beyond the unknown regions, even.
Yeah.
So they were from way beyond, and they come to the galaxy, and they pretty much take over because the Force doesn't work on them. It's it's like nullified. And they're a huge threat because like it's very hard for Luke and the Jedi to deal with them, and most of their weapons are like biological weapons, and it's crazy. It's crazy. But they're
so Ewoks on crack.
No, not Ewoks. No.
Well, they're using
No. Like not like their weapons are like part of their flesh and shit. It's like crazy. It's like really
very futuristic.
Very like yeah.
They're
it's like very
significantly more advanced.
Yeah, they're significantly
than this
more
galaxy.
advanced. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's I think they would totally work.
Yeah.
In canon, and especially if we're gonna do that big time jump, and it's gonna be with the new Jedi Order led by Grogu and the new government / Republic, but it's the Mandalorians, right? That would be insane. Imagine a war between the Mandalorians teamed up with the Jedi fighting the Yuzon Vong or an enemy like that.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
That would be
what's also
insane.
crazy is like the Mandalorians, like most of them are not Force sensitive, so it doesn't matter that the Yuzon Vong are,
Yeah.
like
exactly.
doesn't matter.
No, yeah,
they'll kick your ass with their bare hands.
Exactly.
Like
that would be an insane insane team up. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
Maybe we get announcements during Celebration that kind of help this theory or confirm
just kind of
it.
see the direction they're going
I don't know.
in. Yeah.
Because I don't know what we're gonna get. If it's, I don't think it would be a trailer at all. But
no, I think we'll get maybe a title.
Yeah,
I think the most we'll get are titles, but I'm hoping for descriptions.
I think we'll get titles.
I think just the title and probably like 2026.
Yeah. I'm hoping for titles and at least point in the timeline.
What's the title you want?
I don't care. I don't give a shit. I just want a Star
Somehow
Wars movie.
Palpatine returns.
Shut up. No. Jesus.
Okay, let's talk about Bad Batch.
Yeah. So, all right.
Unfortunately, Silva did not watch the finale.
Jesus, this is so fucking hot in here.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have to talk about it, dude. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah. And sorry guys. Sorry that this episode's running a little longer, but there was a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
But we'll make it quick because we are running out of time. Season finale of Bad Batch was amazing. And let me just say, if you have been listening the past few episodes, you already know that once again, we called it.
Yeah.
I was literally talking about, I mentioned it multiple times on the podcast, theories of who was going to bite it, but we'll get to it. And not only was I right about that, but there was something else that we were right about.
I don't remember.
You remember? That's fine. I don't remember.
Maybe we'll get to it when we talk about it.
We'll get to it. But anyway, all right. Season finale of Bad Batch. It's very controversial right now, at least on Twitter.
Twitter girlies are not happy.
And look, I get being mad for one of your favorite characters dying, but chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
The show was amazing. The show was really good. I don't think that any of the characters did something that wasn't in character.
Yeah.
Let me just say that. I think that it was very well written. And please remember, this isn't the end of the story.
Yeah.
This is not the end of the story. What's funny is like right now, I'm seeing Twitter and the community responding the exact same way people responded to The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
And that is fucking hilarious to me. Absolutely hilarious.
Like it's called a cliffhanger.
And it's funny because you don't see it. It's so funny because you don't see the fucking similarities here.
Yeah.
Because after episode 4 came out, or Star Wars came out, everyone loved it. It was an amazing movie, amazing story, happy ending. Yes, there were struggles. Yes, there were difficult times, but it was a good ending, right?
Yeah.
A happy ending. The heroes won.
Yeah.
Episode 5 comes along.
Yeah.
The heroes get their shit rocked.
Yeah. All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
Han gets fucking wrecked.
Yeah.
Tortured for fucking nothing. Yeah. Then gets frozen in a slab of ice.
Yeah.
Shipped off with a bounty hunter. Gets taken to the guy that he owes a shit ton of money to, who just wants to see him be wall art.
Yeah.
Right? And not only that, but Leia gets left alone with a big hairy guy and the guy that literally betrayed them.
Yeah.
And then Luke gets his fucking, gets his arm cut off, gets the shit beat out of him. And not only that, he finds out that Hitler is his daddy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's not
a happy ending.
It's not a happy ending.
It's not a happy ending.
Not at all.
And that's how it ends.
As a cliffhanger.
That's how it ends. It's not
all these unanswered things.
But then they got pie. No, they got fucking shit in their face and smeared in their eyes.
Yeah.
And that's how the movie ends.
Yeah.
That's exactly how Bad Batch Season 2 ends.
Who died?
We'll get
there.
Okay.
Not exactly like that, but you get what I mean, like the equivalent. Right?
Yeah,
like it's the same kind of shit. They get their shit rocked.
Storytelling.
It's storytelling, guys.
You have to have conflicts in order to have resolution. You have to have things that the characters go through. It can't just be, oh, the gang's all back together. We're gonna go retire on Batu or whatever.
Yeah.
Pabu. Like.
No. Yeah. No. Yeah. And no. Okay. Look. My biggest gripe right now is everyone's like, Hunter would never do that.
Yeah.
Hunter was selfish. Hunter would have not, whatever.
Yeah.
No, what you don't fucking understand, and what I think is funny is there's a lot of people out here that don't understand the not the nuance, but like what it means to be responsible for other people.
Oh, yeah. To be the leader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get it.
Yeah.
And it's very obvious.
Yeah.
And it's okay. But listen, and you'll get it. If you're in charge, you're Hunter, right?
Yeah.
You are in charge of your squad.
Yeah.
You're the leader. Anything that happens to your squad, that's on your shoulders.
Yeah.
That's on you. You're responsible for their lives, their safety, their protection, their well-being. And not only that, one of them is like literally your child.
Yeah. A little girl. Even though she's part of the squad.
Exactly.
She is a little girl.
She's a child.
Yeah.
A child that should not be in the situations that she's in. That's why he is even considering retiring and moving to somewhere nice.
Yeah.
That's why. Because he understands that he has a responsibility to this child.
Yeah.
She's not a soldier. As much as she is a fucking badass, as much as she can handle her own, she's not a soldier. She's a child.
Yeah.
So understand that. Not only that, he still has to look after and is responsible for the rest of his squad, including Crosshair.
Yeah.
And he blames himself for Crosshair. You guys have to realize that he blames himself for Crosshair because for that very reason of it is his responsibility. And one of the biggest things here is that people are upset that he didn't want to go save Crosshair because he said that it was too big of a risk. He is 100% right.
Yeah.
And people are going, well, Crosshair's part of the squad too. He should want to save him. Him not wanting to go doesn't mean he doesn't want to save him.
Yeah.
It means just how Crosshair is a part of the squad and just how he loves Crosshair and wants, the best for him or whatever and to protect him. The other members of the squad, he has to look out for first.
5 versus 1.
Exactly.
I think I'm going to go with the 5
exactly.
that want to be here, who are on my side versus the one that I'm going to have to drag kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
And who might kill me.
Not only that, yeah, exactly.
Like,
Crosshair has already betrayed them multiple times.
Yeah.
Like tricked them multiple times.
He has no reason to trust him.
Exactly. So not only that, it doesn't mean that he doesn't care for him.
No.
But he has the rest of his squad to look after.
Yeah.
To make sure that they're okay. He doesn't want to put them in danger, including Omega.
Yeah.
Including Omega.
Yeah.
So, I would totally make the same call. It's like, it's not worth the risk, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was not.
Hunter was right. That's why I don't know why people are like trying to argue.
Exactly.
It's like, what do you mean? He was right.
They're like, oh, he didn't want to go save him, and then they're mad that everything happened exactly how he thought how he thought it was going to happen.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, it's his fault that it happened the way it happened. No.
No, it's not.
You forget the very reason you're upset with him is the very reason things went the way they did.
Yeah.
He didn't want to go because he knew it was going to end badly.
Like someone
and
was
that
going to get
people
hurt.
were going to get hurt.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like Tech and Wrecker and Omega and Echo, he still had to look out for their well-being, their safety. And, Tech is the one that pushed and was like, no, he's still our brother. And look, Tech is also right. They're both right. Hunter is right to be cautious and to be, wary of the possible threats and the danger that could come with them infiltrating this Imperial base to save Crosshair, right?
Yeah.
And Tech is also right in wanting to go save their brother. But you also have to understand they have two different positions. Hunter is the leader. Tech is not in a position of leadership.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to think about the safety of the entire squad, and even though they probably do, they all think about it.
It's not the same dynamic.
They don't think about it the same way.
Yeah.
Hunter knows it's his responsibility. It's all on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Right. So just wanted to get that out of the way.
Yeah.
I don't think that Hunter I don't think Hunter was wrong in any way.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And I feel like because the Bad Batch is the closest knit group of clones we've seen, that people will favor the family aspect of their dynamic over the military aspect of their dynamic.
Yeah, they're mercenaries, guys.
But you guys, they are soldiers.
Yeah.
They operate as soldiers.
They're soldiers.
They're not friends.
Yeah.
They're not
It's not
buddies.
a group of pals that
Yeah.
just like,
no,
play
these are
D&D
soldiers who have a leader. You listen to the orders that your leader gives you.
And there's a reason why Hunter is the leader.
Yeah.
It's not just, he's self-appointed.
It only works if the leader respects the people under him, and the people under them respect the leader.
Exactly.
That's the only way it works.
Exactly.
It's not, but I feel this way.
No.
You have to take your emotions out of everything.
Well, there's a balance because they've always done what is right.
Yeah.
Right? And the way that Hunter was thinking about it was, what is right here is to put my squad's safety first.
Yeah.
And not risk all of their lives and safety in order to save, yes, our brother, but our brother that has betrayed us multiple times. And that we don't know if this is another one of his tricks that could get Omega kidnapped and Tech killed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was not worth the risk. It was not worth the risk because they
Yeah.
did not get Crosshair back. They all got hurt. And one of them died. One of them did
Yeah.
not come back.
Yeah.
And you know, like, you can't take those things back.
Yeah.
Like, you can't.
Yeah.
That's literally that's part of life. So that's what Hunter's going through,
Yeah.
right? And for Tech and Wrecker and the rest of them, for them the right thing to do was, yes, we're going to get Crosshair,
Yeah.
right? And Hunter, against his instincts, listened to them,
Yeah.
right? Because he said, no, yeah, you're right too. We should go.
It's like, okay, if you guys are all willing to take the risk, we'll go.
Yeah.
But
he
know that
knew-
the odds are not in our favor.
But you see how interesting that is they were both right. They were both of their decisions were right.
Yeah.
But Hunter went knowing that going to get Crosshair was the right thing to do, but also knowing that it was against his instincts.
Yeah.
And his instincts were right.
Yeah.
And that is what's crazy, is that there's always a side to everything. There's always a side to everything. And people don't always see that.
Yeah.
People don't always see that. So
They want to see things black and white.
they want to see things black and white, but not everything is black and white, especially in situations like this.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, things were working out great, but Saw Gerrera's a dickhead. And that's exactly where we see there is Saw Gerrera does things yes, he's doing the things that he thinks are the right thing to do, but he's doing them in such a wrong way.
And at any cost.
He
He doesn't care who gets hurt. He doesn't care what goes wrong.
No, he doesn't care what the consequences of his actions are.
No.
He's just like, well, my mission is to take down the Empire, and the best way to do that is to try and kill as many of the highest official Imperials as I can.
Yeah.
Even though I now know that there are prisoners here people here that could get hurt that I don't want to get hurt.
People that have nothing to do with that.
Have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
They're a worthy sacrifice.
Yeah.
And
he decides.
He decides.
Yeah.
That's
whoa.
Wrong way to go about it.
Yeah.
Good intentions, but
Yeah.
wrong way to go about it.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah.
And Silva didn't watch. So they had a summit meeting. So Tarkin was there.
Yeah.
Director Krennic was there.
Oh, shit.
And a couple other
other
high-ranking
people that
Imperials.
work directly under them.
And
were there and they were talking about the Death Star.
Not just the Death Star, but a lot of the Empire's biggest projects.
Budget.
Yes, the Death Star, probably
Hemlock's
the cloning experiments. So it's
all
it's
that
shit important to the Emperor.
They're all
right?
fighting over well, I need money for this, I need money for that, I need money blah blah blah. And Hemlock's my work is really important to the Emperor, so I need more money.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So that's what was going on, and that was the base. That's at the base where Crosshair was being held. And when the Bad Batch get there, Saw Gerrera is already in there planting bombs.
Oh shit.
And they're like, whoa. We're here to we're trying to save our brother, and you're about to blow this base up. And he's like, fucking tough shit.
Sucks to be
He's like,
you.
sucks to suck.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, well, bye. So they tried to get him out, but they couldn't, right? Because he started blowing up the base, and they were trying to get away on this rail car.
Yeah.
It's
Super
like a
high
train.
up. Yeah.
They're super high up, and
The power went out when he
power went out.
blew up part of the
and
base.
and once the bomb started going off, obviously the Imperials realized that they were being infiltrated, so they deploy these V-wings out, and they know that they're on the rail cars, and pretty much the Bad Batch are on there, and Tech gets out of the rail car because they get stuck, and he's like trying to
reboot,
fix so that they could keep going, and one of the V-wings comes and shoots the cart that he's on pretty much, and it falls off of the railing, and he's able to like hook onto it, and he's like hooked on by like a grapple, and he's like trying to pull himself up, but his weight is literally pulling, like,
oh shit,
they're not able to go because he's hooked on
holding it back.
He's holding himself up, but by the last car that's already off, and that car is too much weight for the rest of the train to keep going. And so he's trying to come up, and Wrecker's telling him, come on, and Omega too, they're like, come on.
Omega's like right behind Wrecker.
Omega's like right behind him, and Wrecker's like, you can keep coming, Tech, like we're not gonna leave without you, like let's go. But the V-wings are coming back around, and like they're seconds away from blowing up the train and killing the entire Bad Batch. And Tech is and they drag out the entire scene. They're like, it's a long scene because Tech is just trying to pull himself up, but every time he pulls himself up, the cart moves more and he falls back down. And he keeps pulling like weight down on the cart, and they can't go. And so he sees the V-wings coming and like are literally gonna blow them up. And so that's when he makes that decision. He makes a split decision, and they're telling him, and Hunter's saying like, that's an order. Get up here. We're not leaving without you. And so Tech pulls out his gun and shoots the latch that's holding the cart and that he's attached to together. And
he says, when did we ever follow orders?
No.
Yeah. Then he falls, and then the train car like falls on top of him. Like we don't see it, but like he falls into like the mountain
and it falls
or whatever,
with him.
and it like falls with him.
And immediately the rest of the train
like,
gets back
off
on the rail, and it goes, and that's what saves them, because he knew that if he didn't do that, they would have all died. And the last episode is called Plan 99. Which pretty much means that one of them has to sacrifice themselves for the rest of the squad to survive.
Which is what 99 did in the Clone Wars.
Yeah. So
okay, I love the reason I love Star Wars so much is because of all the parallels and like the symbolism and like I love seeing stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I absolutely love, as heartbreaking as it was, I absolutely love that they had this Plan 99 in place.
Yeah.
They understood that the sacrifice of one would be worth it for the many, right? Yeah. For the group.
Yeah.
And
well, those are some of the most difficult calls to make.
Yeah.
And it's happened a lot in Star Wars.
Yeah.
And in real life, in real life it happens. But it's like one of the most noble things that you can do.
Yeah.
It's that's part of the sacrifice. It's not about you.
Yeah.
It's
the bigger picture.
Exactly. Yeah. It's the bigger picture.
And I love that, like, it's literally the inverse of Order 66, right? So Order 66 was flip of a switch. The clones had to follow this order
to kill everyone.
Mm-hmm. And Plan 99 is sacrifice yourself so that everyone else can live.
Yeah.
Like, God damn you, so Dave Filoni! Why do you keep doing this shit? He's like, Order 66 wasn't sad enough. Here's Plan 99.
Yeah. Damn. So yeah, we've all been mourning for a week.
Rip Tech. He was my favorite.
Fat Rip. Look, I called it.
No, you literally called it. The first episode, Arakel was like, they're like giving Tech a lot of like screen time.
No,
they're really developing.
Nah, I did not say that.
What did you
say? It was that moment when Omega was down in the rail car trying to get like the treasure, and where he's trying to pull her up, and the speeders come, and they almost kill him.
Yeah.
But from that moment, I knew, I was like, Tech's gonna die.
Yeah, they gave him his own episode. They had a lot of character development.
As the season progressed,
he has like a romantic whatever.
What was funny is we did the Inland Empire Strikes Back show, and there was these two girls that came to the booth, and they were wearing like all Bad Batch stuff, and they bought like our Bad Batch pins and stuff. And we were talking a little bit about the episodes. We were talking about that episode that had just come out that week. I forget which one it was, but we were talking about, I think it may have been the Crosshair one, or one of them, right? And she goes, yeah, I think Crosshair is gonna die this season. I think they're setting him up to die. And I was like, oh yeah. And then I asked her why she thought that, right? And I can't remember what she said, but I was like, yeah. And she goes, oh, well, why? Who do you think is gonna die? And I already knew she wasn't gonna like my answer.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know, but I've kind of felt like Tech is gonna be the one that dies. And I told her I don't want to be right.
Yeah.
I love Tech, and I don't want Tech to die, but I don't know why. I feel like Tech is gonna die.
Yeah. And
she literally like
made
her friend was like next to her, and she doesn't even look at me. She just goes, and I was like, okay,
you can just disagree. That's fine.
And she didn't say anything, and they left.
You offended
and they're like,
her.
okay, and then they left, and I was like, all right.
And then you were right. So I'm sure she's very upset.
I mean, it's one of the worst things I've wanted to be right about.
Yeah, of course.
Like I didn't want to be right about that.
Let's talk about this though. Okay. People are upset, like not just that Tech died, but like that a member of the Bad Batch died.
Yeah.
Right? They're like, I can't believe like, and we were just talking about this. The Bad Batch we've always seen as like a Rogue One situation.
Oh yeah.
Like eventually they're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Maybe one of them will survive.
Omega.
Maybe. Yeah.
Omega.
Like it's probably Omega. What I see and what like story-wise and like what I think would actually be really interesting is I know we're getting at least one more season. Maybe we get two. I don't know, what the plan is. But I think what would be like really moving story-wise is if the rest of the Bad Batch dies protecting Omega, and then Crosshair adopts Omega and raises her in honor of his brothers that passed.
Damn.
And obviously that'd be really fucking hard to see. But like I never thought they were all going to make it out.
No,
they're not all going to go live on that beautiful Hawaiian island and just drink coconuts and suntan for the rest of their lives.
No.
That's not how the show is going to end. I'm sorry, guys. Star Wars is pretty depressing.
Yeah, look, I've never thought like, oh yeah, this
happy
is
ending.
Happy.
No.
This is the fucking dark times.
Like maybe Vader kills them all.
Fucking probably.
Yeah. Like
that's highly likely.
Like
highly likely.
Like they're not.
No.
Gonna get a happy ending.
They're not gonna get happy at all. Omega might.
Yeah.
But not them.
Okay, what could be cool is if Omega meets up with Boba at some point.
Yeah.
Because they're technically brother and sister.
Did we talk about this last episode?
I don't think we've talked about it on the show yet. We've talked about it, you and I, but we haven't talked about it on the show. But that would be really cool.
Yeah,
if they met up, and then Cad Bane could be involved, and Cad Bane and Boba could have their like shootout, their duel. There could be like, there can be things that like come together that bring all these stories together and kind of flesh that out. Like we could get more of Boba.
Well, look, because in Rebels we see Rex, Wolf, and Gregor together.
Yeah.
Right. if the Bad Batch lived,
they would be with them.
Not for sure or necessarily. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I feel like Rex would have been like, I feel like I know some people that can help.
Yeah.
Right? Either that, or maybe they do have a happy ending and they move to Pabu and like, you know, they're just in hiding and they tell Rex, don't call us, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't think that's likely.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that it's very possible for the Bad Batch to be the big reason why a lot of the clones that do not agree with the Empire get away from the Empire. And a big reason why, you know, they like put them together, right? They like, they're a big reason why a lot of these clones are able to escape and, you know, find new purpose in fighting the Empire, in rescuing their brothers, or who knows, like something like that happens. And this group that we're seeing now of these rogue clones that like Rex and Cody and Wolf and Gregor and, you know, and what's his name? No,
Fireball?
yeah, like Fireball, but like the other one that we saw in season 1 that like Hauser.
I was like, Hosier?
Hosier? Yeah. Take me to church. So, you know, like they're probably season 3 I can totally see ending where it's like they get a ton of their brothers out, right?
Yeah.
Out from under the Empire.
Yeah.
Take them out somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then they like are able to complete that mission but then die doing so. You know?
I think, and this is like really, 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 really sad and fucked up, but with the way everything's been going, especially with Hemlock, I think we're going to see a clone genocide.
Yeah, no, it's for sure. It's already happening.
It's already happening. They're already like...
Hemlock is literally like a Nazi scientist.
Yeah.
That's like,
so,
you know,
I feel like...
experimenting on them.
I feel like the Bad Batch will do whatever they can to help whoever they can. But I don't think they're going to make it out.
No, I don't think so either. And a lot of the clones are unfortunately going to die.
Yeah.
Because the Empire just wants to get rid of them. They're like, well, we can't feed them all.
Exactly.
We can't give them all severance packages.
And so much of their story has been, like, we don't know what happens to the clones.
Yeah, well, where are they?
Where are they? Exactly. So it's
There's
like...
millions of them.
In the canon timeline, it's like, well... if they don't retire and we don't see them again,
they went somewhere.
Yeah, like it seems like that's the only place that it can go, and it adds to the Empire's horrific, you know, the horrors that the Empire commits. It adds to Palpatine not respecting life and just using everyone and everything just to get what he wants, right? They're experimenting his experiments so he can live forever.
Yeah.
On these people as if they're
just guinea pigs.
Guinea pigs, exactly. So I think, as sad as it is, obviously I don't want to see that, but like story-wise,
it kind of looks like where it's going.
It looks like that's where it's going. And what would drive Rex, Echo, Gregor, you know, all those characters as far as they do to, like, we know it's now canon that Rex is fighting on the Battle of Endor.
Yeah, it was been canon, but
well, yeah. Well, for a long time it was the fans were like, oh, I think that's Rex, but like a couple years ago they like made it canon. But it's like, it just adds so much to the story, right? That Rex has been fighting for so long.
Yeah, and this is why.
This is why.
Yeah. And
it's crazy.
And it's you know, and it'll probably be a big reason for why it will probably be the Bad Batch's sacrifice.
Yeah. They'll be heroes
brothers, for, you know, for the clones that don't agree with the Empire. right? Which is most of them, to be dead ass.
Yeah.
Um,
Season 3, if you thought season 2 was rough, sad, season 3 is gonna fuck our shit up.
No, yeah, season 3 is gonna be rough, but
Yeah.
I think we'll have a very hopeful ending.
Yeah, it's not just gonna be
I think
but-
I think that Bad Batch is mirroring the original trilogy perfectly.
Yeah.
And it's in a very unique and in its own way.
Yeah.
Where, like I was saying before, like episode 4 and season 1 of the Bad Batch is very similar in that way, where it's a fun story with dark and hopeless moments, but also they prevail at the end and it's like a happy ending. And then season 2 of Bad Batch and Empire Strikes Back are very dark.
Yeah.
And it's not a happy ending.
No.
And
they're all separated.
They're all separated. Omega is kidnapped. Tech dies. Crosshair is being experimented on.
Yeah.
They all get hurt. They get sold out by Sid.
Bitch.
Like everything that could have gone wrong went wrong.
Yeah.
And I think that season 3 of Bad Batch is going to mirror episode 6 exactly in that way, where it's like, I think there's going to be a time jump. I think we're going to see a more ruthless, more determined hunter.
Oh yeah. He's got nothing to lose.
Exactly.
So he's gonna go Rambo.
Exactly. A more determined Echo and Wrecker.
Yeah.
And I think they're gonna go rescue or find Omega first, like how they do with Han and Return of the Jedi. And then there's gonna be some periods of dark, hopeless moments, and then at the end, again, I think it'll be a sad ending, because we might even see the Bad Batch,
Yeah.
make their sacrifice, but it'll be hopeful in the sense of it'll give hope to the remaining clones that want to move forward and past the Empire and continue to fight the Empire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but who knows? There's a lot of possibilities. There's a lot of things that could happen. And there's also that storyline where we see now, that was the other part that I was right, the grown-up Omega.
Oh, yeah.
I was literally like, they have the same accent. They're totally related. I don't know how, but they're fucking, something is there.
Yeah.
And it turns out it's literally, most probably, a clone of Omega with the accelerated aging.
Yeah.
Where she's now an adult, but not.
Yeah.
So who knows where that goes? She's like, I'm your sister, or whatever.
Yeah.
So who knows where that's gonna go? But
that was such a crazy, cliffhanger, because it's like this whole time we just thought they cloned men.
No, we knew that they genetically modified, because obviously Omega is a genetic modification.
Yeah.
She's not a 100%.
Yeah, exact
clone of Jango Fett. She is an but immediately I was like, it's the same voice.
Yeah.
It's the same accent. That's there's something there.
Yeah.
Like, she's related
but
to
it's
Omega somehow.
if they're doing that, then what else is there, right?
Well,
this is just the tip of the iceberg.
They got a Zillo Beast in there,
Yeah.
and they're looking for Grogu, and
Yeah,
so
they're doing all this crazy shit.
They're doing a lot of crazy shit. So we'll see. Bad Batch is really shedding a lot of light on the really dark shit that the Empire got into.
Yeah.
And I think it's very relevant to the story, to what's going on, and to Palpatine's plan and the inner workings of the Empire. So and not only that, but seeing what became of the clones and all this really dark shit, that it's sad, but it's entertaining, and it's so thought provoking, and And you know, it really makes you see like, damn, like
Yeah.
this shit's crazy.
Yeah.
But you know, we'll see. All I know is season 3 is going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting. Yeah, I mean, do you have anything else to add? Because I think we're out of time.
I think that's it. I loved the episode. Like, it was super sad, obviously, but like,
Yeah.
Tech didn't even hesitate.
No.
Like, he knew.
What
Like,
when you are in that position, when you're trained for that,
yeah.
it's not even a decision you have to make.
Yeah.
It's either you or your entire squad.
Yeah.
And fucking salute to Tech, our fucking boy. Man, not everyone can make that decision.
Yeah.
You know, not everyone can be, you know.
Like, most people would freeze, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's what they're trained for. You know,
probably just, you know, like, wouldn't do anything. Just let
and then
gravity
everyone
take over. But he was like,
No,
he knew that.
he knew it.
He knew Wrecker wasn't going to cut the line.
No.
He knew Omega wasn't going to cut the line. He's like, I have to do it. And he also wouldn't want them to feel that guilt, right?
Yeah. No, exactly.
He's like, I am making the sacrifice. It's my choice.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Taps
fat
for
rip,
our boy.
fat rip to our boy
That was...
Tech.
Okay. Obviously, people are just in denial.
Okay.
But...
We're kind of out of time, babe.
Okay,
I don't know what
next
you're bringing
next
up.
time.
What are you bringing up?
Someone was saying that they're like, technically, Tech's goggles record everything.
Uh-huh.
So maybe if they can like access the recording on his goggles, they'll see like if he survived or
Tech's
like,
fucking dead, okay? Tech is dead as fuck.
Okay.
Tech is squashed like a fucking
Yeah.
cockroach under a
Okay,
boot.
okay, maybe.
Are you kidding me?
The only thing I like about that though is that
Holy
the
shit.
Empire could use,
It
or the
could.
New Republic, whatever, could use the goggles as intel.
Oh yeah,
How
yeah,
do they
yeah, yeah.
operate?
But
That's
the
interesting.
question of Tech being alive,
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry, you're in fucking denial. He's
I haven't
dead.
even seen the episode, and I know he did.
He's fucking dead. You're telling me that he's fell. Okay, look at this shit. This is the train car. This is Tech. Tech falls. Train car falls.
And explodes.
And not from fucking 10 feet. From like 1,000 feet. You couldn't even see the bottom.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry. He's dead.
What if it was water?
It's still fucking, like, water from that height is like concrete.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And even if he just falls, the train car still falls on him.
Yeah.
The fucking goggles, if the goggles were that fucked up, imagine Tech.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, no, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead as fuck.
Or what if, just hypothetically, what if he somehow survived and then they just like, do mods on him like they
Like
do
Echo?
with Vader and Echo and yeah,
Then
like
sure,
cybernetic
okay.
enhancements.
I mean, maybe, but
And they use him as like bait.
because he did fall.
He becomes an
They're
AI.
they're on that base, that Imperial base where they're experimenting all these clones. So it's possible.
See?
But he's probably like a fucking like a zombie.
Yeah.
You know,
But he's still alive.
he's still
Maybe.
If he's alive, he'll be
He
like
would have
a
been
zombie.
better off dead.
Yeah, but also
Conclusion.
remember they are frying their brains and wiping their
Yeah.
memories. So even if he's alive, it's not Tech anymore.
Yeah, it's sad as well.
It's just his body and cybernetic
Yeah.
enhancements. It's not gonna be Tech.
You're right.
So he's better off dead.
Well, yeah, I hope he's dead then.
So I'm sorry, guys.
You heard it here first,
All
folks.
the
Bella.
Tech lives. It's like, no.
He's fucking
No,
dead.
no. Let him die.
He's fucking dead.
Rest in peace.
Let him make a noble sacrifice.
Yeah.
He saved the entire squad, including
Yeah.
Omega. And yes, she gets kidnapped at the end, but
She's alive.
She's alive.
Yeah.
And it's because of Tech's sacrifice. That's honorable. That's honor.
Yeah.
It's what a soldier does, not follow orders. That is what a soldier does.
Yeah.
Good soldiers don't follow orders. Good soldiers do what's right, and that's what fucking Tech did. And he died fucking being honorable.
Yeah.
That's better than I can say for a lot of characters in Star Wars.
Yeah.
So fucking big salute to Tech. Fucking love you.
Pour one out for the homie.
Yeah, literally pour one out for the
homie.
homie. He will definitely be missed. Because goddamn,
he was my favorite.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do a Sudoku tonight. His memory.
Shut the fuck
Oh
up.
my
Shut the
god.
fuck up. Oh my. Okay, it's time we leave.
All right, guys.
We'll close it out on that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of the Punch It Chewie podcast. We truly appreciate you listening.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We apologize for the extra long episode, but we hope you enjoyed it. There was a lot to talk about this week. We loved Bad Batch. It was amazing. We cannot wait for season 3. Maybe we even get an announcement about that during Celebration this weekend.
That would be cool.
Thank you again to everybody that came out to see us at WonderCon and at C2E2. We had an absolute blast.
Yeah.
Like I said, 2 of our greatest shows that we've ever had back to back. So truly we are blessed and we cannot believe the amazing support that we've received from all of you. We're truly grateful.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you. And once again, if you could please rate, review, subscribe to the channel and the podcast. It truly helps us a lot, and we love to hear your feedback. So please go ahead and do so, and leave some comments down below what you thought of the Bad Batch and Mando. And or just the podcast episode, or if you have anything at all that you would like us to talk about, or if you have any questions for us, go ahead and comment that down below, or email us at punchitchewiepodcast@gmail.com. We check those every day, and we will make sure to answer your questions in the next episode. But besides that, I think that is it for us, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.